child in Valorant has heard the tale before about the cursed mummy boy who felt his heart no more. So sad and lorn, the helpless lad, Amumu was his name. He ventured out to find a friend and learn about his bane. For many years, young Amumu traveled through the lands, determined to make friends if only they would understand. But even when Amumu stood upon the ledge of home, his hope would disappoint him and he would remain alone. But then the curse began to whisper in his ear. It would confirm what was Amumu's biggest fear. It pledged that never shall someone become his friend.
Day 27 of quarantine. The LEC is finished. Team Liquid has been eliminated. A nation cries out for competitive League of Legends esports, and the casual EAL is there to fill the void. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to be casting the Piltover finals of the casual esports amateur league. This will be Shien Samurais versus Ravenous Kumquats. I am TTU Phoenix. My co-caster is Lightning13Z. We're getting set up now, so we're going to go through the pick and bans quickly. Then we're going to get into the game. This is a vodcast, so we're playing replays. We were not able to cast this game when it was live, but I don't know who wins, so it's new to me. Go ahead.
Okay, so looking at the pro draft here, we don't really have a live draft, but let's still go forth as if it was like live or semi-live.
Yep. So for those of you who may not know the teams, Shien Samurais, they were blue side as the higher seed. They get side choice for odd numbered games, so 1, 3, and 5 if there's a fifth game, and Ravenous Kumquats get side choice on 2 and 4. Shien Samurais have Coit in the top lane, Butterfree in jungle, Delta Terra in mid, Slattery in ADC, and Ansem 571 in support. Ravenous Kumquats have CCK Roscoe in top, Tempest in the jungle, Megaverage in mid, and Pixel Breaker in support. They do have a sub-ADC Istariel for this season, who is the Dandelion Knights ADC, another team in the division. Cole Kane is subbing for support? So they do have a sub, Cole Kane. He's a sixth member of their roster who is playing support. Looking at the draft, on one hand, this is a great draft for Set. There's a lot of beefy boys on Ravenous Kumquat. You've got the Jarvan, the Renekton, the Braum, who he's very willing to ult into the middle of their team. My only concern is that Set's the only frontline on the Samurais.
Yeah.
Kane can be a frontline if he goes Rost, and I think given that there's 4 melees and 3 tanks, this should absolutely be a Rost game.
Yeah,
I do like the link pick Kane, particularly if he intended to go Rost. I think that's a very smart play. But like Rost is kind of a diver, bruiser type. So there's not really a lot of appeal for the Samurai's backline. Misfortune, notably not great at peeling for herself. Senna has the mist, but also not really a great peel champ because she only has a delayed root. Anivia's got the slow, the wall, the stun, but I feel like Misfortune and Senna are really hoping that the Anivia is on point to protect them from the Jarvan and the Renekton and the Sylas.
No, the Sylas can steal set ult and then like ult set into his own back.
I think set ult. There's a number of good ults. Set ult, Senna ult, and Misfortune ult would be really good. Kayn, Anivia ult is not great. He only really gets to cast it once. But it could be good if he needs wave clear in a base defense. Kayn ult isn't terrible for Sylas. It's just a little harder for him to activate.
No, and then it's kind of like how Kayn uses it to just hide when he gets low. Could be
yeah. I think
W cooldown up again.
I'm admittedly not a mid lane main, so I don't know how the Anivia Sylas matchup goes. I think Set versus Renekton is mostly fine. Maybe slightly Renekton favored, but it's mostly a skill matchup, so it should be pretty even there. My concern would be the bot lane. Lucian Braum is a classic powerhouse duo. Braum hits the Q. Lucian has the double tap that allows him to quickly stack the stun for Braum, and you've got two carries on Shien Samurais who don't escape well. So
if they get caught, they're just dead.
Yeah, especially post 6. So I think that they're gonna. And one of the issues is that Kayn is not really an early jungler. He's like 3/4 of a champion until he gets his form.
Yeah.
So he's not even
Jarvan's a champion when at level 2 he can come in and kill you.
Yeah, exactly. Like Jarvan can level 2 gank, level 3 gank the bot lane very effectively. And Kayn just isn't going to have the early pressure to counteract that. So I'm a little concerned that the Samurais won't have enough jungle presence to shore up some of their lanes that are more vulnerable. Looking at the bans, I think a lot of these make sense. Jungle bans, Zac, Olaf, very strong power picks. So I think I'm ready to get into the game, see what happens.
Yeah, the bans are kind of standard logical bans. There's not really that much.
Yeah, nothing. Nothing.
I don't know whether I don't know. I guess they might have banned Nautilus thinking it was Senna 80 carry.
Yeah, they hadn't picked the Misfortune, so it could have been Senna. And Senna is the fasting Senna build with a Nautilus who's farming is a pretty popular pick. So,
okay.
So they saw the Senna, and could have been like, just in case, let's pick the Nautilus, especially because Ansem plays a lot of the hard engage tank supports.
Yeah.
And Nautilus is one of his favorites. So I'm interested to see how he does on Senna, who is a little different than the types of supports he's most known for.
Okay. Well, do you want to get the replay started?
Yep. Let's just let the stream transition over. All right. I am at 10 seconds, and I'll just count us down. So hit play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so we've got people starting out. Already pings for an invade coming out of Ravenous Kumquats. While they get into position to start shedding blood.
They're pinging the same spot. This will be interesting.
All right, we got the level 1 team fight, boys. So
they're gonna wander into each other with the tri-bush and like.
They didn't wander out. They're coming in blind. Oh, Anivia's seen. Oh, that's a good stun. Braum's very low.
Jarvan
huge haymaker. That was first blood to Jarvan, yes.
Jarvan gets kill and Renekton gets a kill. And Senna is...
Well, Renekton goes down and doesn't get anything. Misfortune heals, Kayn flashes. Oh, they're chasing. Oh, okay, they get 2 kills. So...
Yeah, 2 kills.
Action-packed beginning here. 1 kill onto the Set, 1 kill onto
They all use flash, basically.
Yeah, everyone except for Anivia and Set did not.
No, Anivia flashed. They just
No,
pinged it.
it's still up. I think they may have thought she flashed, but she didn't.
Oh, okay.
So that could be an advantage if they think that Anivia has the flash and does not have the flash, and she does. Looking at runes and masteries, Conquer on both top laners, Conquer on the Jarvan and the Kayn. Kayn doesn't always go Conquer, but if he's going to go Ross, which I think he plans to, it makes sense. Anivia took the Unsealed Spellbook to Silas's Electrocute, which I think is interesting. Silas I've seen more often run Conqueror because he stacks it pretty effectively and it works with his healing from Kingslayer. The only weird one I'm also
done.
Oh yeah, she's in trouble
out.
here. I feel like Lucian might have been able to flash for that, particularly because Misfortune Heal was on cooldown.
Maybe.
Senna does have her own. She does have self-heal though, so as long as she can avoid being pressured for a bit, she'll be okay. Level 2 first for Ravenous Kumquats. Oh, Jarvan did red buff to Butterfreelo's blue, it looks like. And now he's in mid, trying to pressure. Gets stunned up. Chains miss. She does not have the wall available. Kane's going to have to... what is this? Oh, Silas Flash. Oh, he's going to get it. Meg Average goes for the kill on Butterfreelo, and he confirms it. Picks up the red buff, so that's got to hurt for Butterfreelo. He dies in the level 1 invade, does pick up an assist, but now he's died, lost his red buff to Silas. Oh, regank in the mid.
And if they used that flash, they thought... Ooh.
Oh, they don't confirm it. Oh, he almost manages to level up enough to get away, but that's what we were talking about in the draft. It's so threatening to be against Braum Lucian when you're immobile. You get caught by a Ram's Bite and Winter's Bite? Ram's Bite? And you're in trouble.
Mobile and squishy. Senna is both of those things. And doesn't have any PO.
Yep.
Like, they have no way to not die to the Braum jumping on their face and, you know...
Especially at level 6.
Yeah, especially then. But,
so,
like, they just don't have a way to stop that from happening. So it's going to happen a lot.
Yes. Their best bet is to try to, like, poke out the Lucian of the Braum, so they're too low to go in, but Lucian's going to be back in here. He should have a good amount of gold. About even CS in the top lane. Roscoe's slightly lower on health. And unlike Set, who just kind of passively gets health back from regen from Heart of the Half-Beast, Renekton does have to interact with the wave through his Q, Cole the Meek, I think, to heal. So if he can't step up, he can't go.
Silas going in on Anivia, dealing lots of damage.
Making good use of both the passive and the red buff to just keep applying damage.
And that red buff is really powerful laning. Able to kill the jungler.
Especially when you're up
There's just a really big wave in top lane.
Yeah, I don't think... He's not in dive range, but
No.
Roscoe's going to be... He's going to probably take some poke under tower from the Haymaker and try to be getting as much of that farm as he can. Jarvan's backing him bop side. It looks like he did not do a full clear. His Krugs, his Raptors are still up. Kane's looking for a gank in mid, but Silas, he'd have to burn the dash early.
He did burn the dash, though.
Yep, he does burn it. Kane's coming in.
Wall.
Hits the slow. Some good damage. I almost wonder if that was just a stack gank. My team's jungler plays a lot of Kayn, and sometimes he'll come top. Like, I'm not trying to kill the guy, I just need passive stacks. And he wants to hit some melees to get those stacks, so...
I mean, it was definitely effective at deterring Mega Average's aggression, but they weren't really going to kill Silas. Kayn just doesn't really do that much damage, and neither does Anivia. Like, they don't really do a lot of damage early.
Good use by the Braum of the stand behind me to jump to a minion. They're going to force the heal out of Slattery, and some source to flash after Cole King ignites him. No kill, though. Does manage to escape.
Definitely a lot of kill pressure
Mm-hmm.
for the bot lane of Ravenous Kumquats.
Looks like they may be choosing to go for Dragon. Yep,
Yes.
Jarvan just started, which is a
They're
smart
all
play.
converging on Dragon. There's the big wave in bot lane. The bot lane can't leave and come help, so they get a free Dragon.
They have to collect that farm, so free air drag, which, I mean, it's definitely good for style. I think it's pretty useful. There's a number of good ults where a little bit of extra CDR is always going to be. I personally like a single Cloud Drag more than Cloud Soul, just because that 10% feels nice. Next drag is going to be Infernal.
Jarvan ganking.
Oh, there's a dive coming in here. Maybe?
No. No?
Mega Average is here.
Yes.
Oh, that is a long-range chain.
Mega Average is dead though. TP coming in. Set.
He's looking for the stun. He's got to pull the trigger right now. All right, he gets the stun
and ults him into the wall, and they get.
One solution was out of mana there. That was he was pretty much dead after the stun hit.
Yes.
Meg Average does get the kill on Ansem, but
Hulkane overextending, getting chased.
he's going to be out there. But Kane will take the Ross stacks, I think. Yep,
Yeah.
he'll just gladly take those. Anivia does pick up a plate in mid. Take his secondary.
Silas roamed.
Presence of Mind and Coup de Grace. So yeah, so its plate goes down and top to the Renekton, which will feel good after that first blood. Heals even in CS. Ooh, 2 plate. Okay, I was about to say.
Big Average going into on the Anivia, and
he starts the Anivia ult and gets stunned out of it. So no confirmed kill there. But and Delta Tier was playing the back pretty soon, so he's going to be forced to back just at a little lower health. Let's see, Jarvan is going for the Cinderhulk build, which I think makes sense. Warrior Jarvan is very threatening. It kills your squishies real well, but he also is vulnerable to being blown up himself. Cinderhulk into like Black Cleaver just gives him a lot more reliability because he'll survive once he goes in. And with the Fire Nova damage, he'll still do decent damage when he EQs in.
No, for lots of the champions that had to choose between Cinderhulk and something else, they now just always choose Cinderhulk because it's got buffed. It makes the choice really easy for lots of champions.
Yeah, I still prefer Warrior on Rek'Sai and Vi just because they like the AD and CDR though. But
no, those champions still do need that, but they never really took Cinderhulk anyway.
You also have the advantage that Warrior Jarvan, I feel like, is a bit ganking mid, but
mid lane.
Oh, nice catch with the chains. But I think he's gonna go down here. Yep.
Burst it out.
Jarvan's got ult, but he's gonna dunk on Butterfreelo. Ansem gets his ult off to try to turn the fight, but he almost dies during the cast animation.
Yeah, the Lucian takes Senna sitting there as an excuse to ult.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of damage going down. Pretty liberal ultimate usage also.
Yeah. Butterfreelo plays that very well. He gets the kill on Meg Average, who isn't able to get into the Kayn ult before he gets Anivia stunned. And almost manages to flash out of the Jarvan ring, but I think he's just a little off on the flash there. That's a dead Senna.
Yeah, the problem of being squishy remains. Like, the Senna is just going to die over it.
Yeah. The Misfortune, however, has not died, and she's only 3 CS down.
The Misfortune is reasonably safe because they just keep killing Senna.
Yes. I'd like to point out, though, that Kayn has already become Ross at level 6. That's a pretty fast form. So, and he's got 2 kills, he's got his full warrior, so he's not actually that much behind Jarvan, despite about a 10 CS deficit. This could be a kill. Yeah, there's the ult. Knock up. Good stun, but they're going to chase Kara down. He's going to go into egg form, but I don't think the tower's going to be enough to deter them here.
No, they're low though.
Good trade of aggro. switching off. First Jarvan tanks it, then Braum tanks it. So we started to get item completions coming out. Lucian has completed his Blade of the Ruined King. Misfortune, how much gold is she on? 968. Yes, she has enough for her Essence Rebrand. So she'll be about the same point as...
Set is backing to get gold to buy.
With 2,000 gold, probably Phage and Stinger. I'm assuming he's going for the Triforce here.
Phage, Stinger. Yeah.
Yep, there it is. The thing is, when you're... Oh.
Gold. Ooh, Tempest. Red
Starts
Set
up
is
the
doing
Dragon.
Dragon.
And this is just a symptom of the powerful bot lane that Ravenous Kumquats have going on, is they don't have the bot lane control to really establish control around the Drake. And so they're able to freely help themselves to the Infernal. Always feels good, a little more damage. Especially when you have picks like Lucian and Sylas who kind of fall off a little bit. Sylas has a lot of damage but suffers from being very squishy in the late game. And so he tends to explode when he goes in. And Lucian suffers from a short range.
Ooh, Misfortune all from successfully shields it. They don't die.
I wonder if Butterfreelo's Shadow Step timed out, because I thought he was going to go through the wall, Q and then ult there, but they do repel the gang.
Sylas misses, but still is able to deal lots of damage. Braum fought a little bit, forced to ult, and could save himself, possibly unnecessarily. But
I don't think he needed to ult there, but it deters them from trying to dive him. So, particularly since he's backing, which is going to eat up some of that cooldown time. I don't think that's a terrible use of the ultimate.
No. And Braum ult isn't exactly a super long cooldown either.
No, it's pretty normal. Braum he's got a Chain Vest and a Stopwatch, so it could either be Gargoyle's Stoneplate or Knight's Vow. I'm curious to see which he goes for. I think either would work.
Ooh. I guess first.
Into the juggle.
Yeah, that was just one-shotting.
Yep. And the Anivia doesn't even really have much damage.
And the Rift Herald.
So
Plates are going to go down.
Yep, they're going to lose 2 plates here. They may not lose the full tower because Frost is... Yeah.
And there's only 1 minion, so...
Yeah. But that's 320 gold into Ravenous Kumquats pockets. This lane is definitely tilted in favor of... in top lane, in favor of Coit. I think part of it was the gank there, the early kill on Set. But he's... Ooh. They're flashing for Slattery, but... The Q was on cooldown. Oh no, you're gonna get interrupted!
Got interrupted.
Big fight in the bot lane. Set's here. Misfortune is gonna go down, but I think they're gonna lose both Braum and Lucian.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a bit over-ambitious, and Kane picks up 2 kills and gets a shutdown.
750 gold onto the Kane. It's gotta feel real good, because given how strong the front line of Ravenous Kumquats is, if Ross gets ahead, he's just gonna take over.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't like the Merc treads on the Ross though. Like there is a good amount of CC, like the Renekton stun, the Braum stun, but
Sylas stun.
But Sylas stun is also a brief knockup, and you're facing Renekton auto attacker, Lucian auto attacker, Jarvan auto attacker. Like I would have rather seen a ninja tabby here.
No, for sure. Also, if he has Conquer, he could have just taken Tenacity in the tree.
I'm curious as to whether or not he did. Their fight is Mega Average to run down.
Yeah. Like, if he didn't take the Tenacity rune, he probably should, because you need some Tenacity. Otherwise, he's vulnerable to just being, stun locked.
Yeah. So, 1-for-1 trade in the bot river. I think that favors Ravenous Kumquats, because they lose...
Jungler for support.
Yeah, and the jungler had a bounty. Kane had a 450 gold bounty, I think.
Yeah.
And he just gets stun locked there. So, I don't know, maybe the tenacity was the key. Would have been, let's see, which did he take? I can't tell what he said. Alright. He did take Legend Tenacity, and it is fully stacked. So he actually has 51% tenacity.
It's a lot of tenacity.
Yeah, but he just got
Stun locked.
yeah.
Also, like, where's the CC going? Some skirmishing in top lane.
Yeah, Coit's still got control of that, and he should for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
Renekton is very much a lane bully.
And
He
he got
scaled,
behind at level 1, so he
yeah,
didn't really do that much.
he scales well. He scaled a lot better when Spirit of Shojin was in the game, but without that, he doesn't quite have the team fight chain CC that he did before.
And he can use Blade for burst damage, but if you do, you're, really squishy.
Yeah. So Ocean Drag is spawning in, and it looks like Shien Samurais have decided they do need to fight for this one. I'd like to see Coit rotate down. He's not. He's staying top lane. I think they need to bring him down here. He's one of their strongest members, and they need him in this fight. He's on his way, though. So can they stall the drag?
Ooh, the dragon reset.
It did. All right.
Jarvan jumps in.
Jarvan goes in. Oh, that's a good catch on the Senna. Oh, Seth doesn't quite get the kill on Astariel, and he goes down himself. Alright, so both top laners go down, support on the Samurais go down, but jungler on Kumquats go down. So they do secure the drag. They deny the third drag to Ravenous Kumquats, which is hugely important.
And getting that third drag is huge. Like it.
Yeah, a Ross with Ocean Soul is probably a win condition for Shien Samurais if they can get that.
Yeah, how do you kill Ross with Ocean Soul? Like,
you don't.
Especially without, like, they don't have Vayne. They need Vayne or Kai'Sa or something for that DPS. Cassiopeia.
And there's not any anti-heal coming out on the side of Ravenous Kumquats, which I think is a mistake, and they need to start itemizing into it. You've got Protobelt on Silas that's going into Zanya's. Probably Essence Reaver on the Lucian, Gargoyle Stoneplate on the Braum, Gargoyle Stoneplate on the Jarvan, still building damage on the Renekton. Like, you've got 2 Ignites, true, but like I think you need to start getting some Bramble Vests, a Morello on Silas. Like Morello needs to be his third item, because otherwise, like these kind of mid-game team fights against cruisers and tanks is where Ross excels. Like he's just so hard to kill. Because he heals so much.
And the stone plate on the Jarvan, like, while, it is useful, it does have its, issues of Jarvan is, they can't really rely on him to do damage, but they just...
There's gonna catch him out.
Silas fighting Set.
Who ulted who there? Right.
I think they both ulted each other.
Interesting. Oh, Anivia is gonna get caught here.
And that was a really weird interaction. Ooh, Misfortune ult.
Good Misfortune ult, but Braum is not gonna go down. Oh, Renekton dashes over the wall.
And he actually catches himself. Yeah. He dies. That wasn't really very clever.
You caught yourself out. Congratulations, you played yourself. Are they gonna be able to get the Lucian here? He's out of mana. Jarvan's going in. The Rift Herald actually dies.
It despawns.
It despawns to the Baron. Coit picks up a second tower in the bot lane. So it's 3 towers to 0 in favor of Shien Samurais. I actually think... See, look at they're ahead about 2,000 gold. So even though the Dragons are favoring Ravenous Kumquats, with 4 towers to 0, they're just kind of bleeding money. And...
Well, they're bleeding turrets is what they're doing.
Yeah, which is giving money.
The gold difference is just towers. Like, that's
exclusively
the gold difference. It's 4 towers worth of gold.
But it's the difference between a 50% crit Misfortune and a no % crit Lucian. Even though Lucian has the same CS and is 4 and 2. Like, the top and jungle of Shien Samurais are really doing kind of their job as mid-game spike champions, where they're keeping the rest of their team in the game long enough for them to scale up. Like Misfortune's now got 2 items, she's 2 and 1. Ansem has finished his Umbral Glaive, which is a core item for support Senna. working on more crit and anti-heal. I like the anti-heal to deal with the Renekton, deal with the Lucian, deal with the Sylas. I'm not sure about the crit. I guess it could be like Essence Reaver or Rapid Fire Cannon, but I feel like support Senna is going to usually prioritize his lethality more.
Oftentimes, but who are you killing with your lethality?
True, tanky front lines.
Yeah, like, you might just go IE because Senna gets a bunch of free crit.
Yeah. You get a lot of free everything.
Yeah. Senna's kind of a support that gets to be a stat check marksman because free stats.
Yep. So Anivia has also
Kane gets killed quickly.
He gets obliterated.
Yeah, totally. Like, win condition or not, he just keeps dying.
Yeah, he's just not tanky enough at this point. Like, Kane, Ross is one of those characters where, kind of like Darius, kind of like Mordekaiser, kind of like a lot like Alawi, their durability comes from healing. And so if they're not interacting with the enemy and fighting, they're not healing.
If they're just getting locked and get one shot, they're,
or get poked down. Oh, this could be a really good settle. Grab him! Grab the big boy!
Yeah, Misfortune gets the shutdown, and Braum is very low.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if he got the stun there, but in either case, that was a good ult. He grabs the Braum. They're going to go for tier 2 tower here, but I don't think they're going to get it. Flash forward out of Renekton. Koit's got to run. He gets shut down. The Anivia ult's doing a lot of damage, but she's going to get stunned. Ross has got to get into the ultimate real fast, or else he's dead. Oh, he doesn't have it! Alright, they're going to disengage. Oh, that chain looked like it didn't hit.
Mega Average engaged without his team and has caught himself again.
In fairness, he got very close there. Like, he healed with the Kingslayer.
It's a good idea, but it was just lack of follow-up. His chain dashed him forward, and his team didn't dash forward.
Yeah, and the heal from Senna kept Butterfree alive. So they're going to pick up Dragon 2 for them.
2 Ocean Drags. It's a lot of Ocean Drags. I mean, if you get 4 Ocean Drags and then the Soul, like, that's, like, so much healing. It's honestly...
Yeah, 10% of your missing health every 5 seconds on top of the healing. So, let's see. We got second items coming through. Rod of Ages and Archangels for the Anivia, Zhonya's and Protobell for the Sylas. He's now working on what I would assume is a Lich Bane.
Yeah,
which
that's a Lich Bane.
I don't really like. I think he really needs a Morello. Because otherwise he's just going to get out-healed in team fights. Misfortune's building more crit. I don't know what the BF Sword is for. Granted, she does have an attack speed steroid on her W.
Is that GA? I mean...
It could be GA. Otherwise, I guess it would be Bloodthirster? Oh, it could be Storm... I bet it's Stormrazor.
Yeah, it could be Stormrazor. I mean, Misfortune basically just wants AD. She doesn't really want other stats. She could get, like, some stick of pure AD. She'd buy it.
Yeah, let's see. I'm curious. So she's got Conquer. Did she take... She took Legend Bloodline, which is fully stacked now. So she probably doesn't need...
Lifesteal.
Yeah, so she could probably go full crit into a Last Whisper item. And be really effective against their tanks. Kane has picked up his Black Cleaver. Seth's building... my guess would be a Dead Man's Plate.
Ooh, a fight.
I'm going to go top. Misfortune is very low. If he gets knocked up, but the wall is able to dissuade further aggression.
Yeah, and Misfortune just kills the planting. So nothing really happens.
Koit's pressuring Roscoe under tower. The set winning in the split push, I think, has been a real high point for Shien Samurais this game. Their top lane is just having much more impact than Roscoe is.
Definitely. And having that early kill in that matchup where normally, the Renekton would have that early pressure, he just didn't. And without that early pressure, like, Renekton doesn't really do much.
Yeah, and I'm not sure I like the Guardian Angel second on Renekton.
No. I mean, he can't really dive him, but...
Yeah, Renekton...
people are just gonna ignore Renekton.
Well, he's going to have a lot of damage, so he is capable of killing the Senna or the Misfortune if he gets to them, but he's going to struggle with the fact that he doesn't have a long-range engage. Slice and Dice isn't very long, even if you get both dashes. Excuse me. And so, like, it's not like he can, like, an AD Jarvan with a Guardian Angel can, like, suicide dive the backline, where he's like, I'm going to go in, blow somebody up, and then go into my GA. But, alright, they're setting up
a Death Rush. Come on, 4-man Death Rush.
But they don't have any wards, so they may not see someone. I think they're like, alright, I guess no one's coming this direction.
Yeah, they're just shoving out lanes. Are they gonna go try to kill? Yeah, here they come.
Oh. Misfortune's gonna run. Oh, Ansem, you need to finish the back.
Ansem missed.
He is going to get toasted.
He messed up the back and then missed the fruit thing on the person that was important.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have rather seen a Sterox Gauge out of Renekton, something that's just going to let him, like, eat damage, because without much health, he's going to be knocked into his Guardian Angel too fast. Just, like, raw health and the shield from Sterox would be really good at letting him just, like, soak frontline damage.
Raw health. Maybe even a Death Dance, give him some armor and MR.
Yeah, more healing.
He'll have a chance to heal, or even just not die for as long.
Mm-hmm. Coit's picked up Warmogs, which I don't really care for. Like, yes.
Why does he need Warmogs?
Yeah.
Why not go...
You're champion with regen. Oh, go ahead.
Why not go, what is it, Frozen Mallet if you want HP?
Yeah, like, I get it, like, you're a champion that has regen, and building Warmogs when you already have regen seems fun. But the fact is that Warmogs for a tank is really good against poke. The CDR is nice, but it's really good when you're getting poked down and need to dip out.
Warmogs is not gold efficient without its passive and the regen. Like, it's...
Well, he's certainly going to have the regen. He's got more than 3k health. No issue there. But,
yeah. But even
like,
but set regens naturally. Like, he doesn't...
Yeah. Set open is only going to hit the Braum. Very split up team fight. I think Jarvan's going to go down here. Yep, he falls.
Ooh.
Braum is very low. He's going to go down as well. So this should be the third drag going to Shien Samurais. Jarvan's dead. Braum's dead.
Mega average is split pushing.
Oop, takes a tower shot. Istariel's caught on the wrong side of the map. Probably gonna, yeah, he should go down here. Bop! Gives him the left fist. I think that may have been a bad call from Ravenous Kumquats. Like, Mega Average doesn't have TP and was, like, committing to the split push. And you can still try to take a fight around Dragon. I feel
just not good, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the fight should have either been hang around and try to stall and contest drag, because you don't need to, like, really fight them to threaten them enough to make them want to not do it.
Or, like, throw Jarvan in there, have him try to steal it, and then press Stone Plate.
Yeah.
Try to walk out. Like, and if they, you know, waste time killing a Stone Plate Jarvan, like, you know, no one's stopping the split push.
Mm-hmm. Lucian is working on Ravenous, Infinity Edge. Excuse me. Senna is working on. I'm gonna guess it's not static. It is rapid fire cannon. She just completed it. Which makes sense. More range, more poke for a poke word sport. Misfortune did finish the GA, so it is Guardian Angel for her.
She's fed. She has a huge shutdown. She doesn't want to give it away.
Oh, you know, I totally forgot. The Death Dance does not give armor and MR now. This was played on the patch before that. So Kane's build is actually correct with the pickaxe.
Okay.
Which he's building into Death Dance.
Okay, yeah. That's what you get for not unreading the patch notes. I don't like it. I'm gonna call out Roscoe again. I don't really care for this build. He's got the Ravenous Hydra now. This feels very solo queue to me. It's a good build for when you just want to, like, find random people and kill them.
He's fed, and maybe he can split push, but he doesn't beat the set, and he start beating the set because he built Ravenous Hydra.
Yeah, I mean, he might be able to in a long enough trade where he like dodges the Haymaker, because Seth doesn't have a massive amount of armor, but he's got like at least 60.
And he has a ton of HP because he built Warmog.
Yeah, I think one thing that people sometimes forget, especially when they pick up these like high AD builds on Bruisers and Juggernauts, is that traditionally characters like this tended to transition into frontliners and start building damage after 2 or 3 defense after 2 or 3 damage items.
They're going for Baron, but they're backing off from Baron because they got caught going for it.
I like the use of the
sitting under turret.
Yeah, I like the use of the Anivia ult from Make Average to block off that one route into the Baron River. Anivia has changed her barrier to Smite, so she can be there a secondary Smite, which is an underrated advantage of.
Yeah, and if they can get their Smite timing down, you can double Smite
and
secure the objective.
Yeah, but to finish what I was saying earlier, like traditionally a lot of bruisers tend to become tanks and frontliners in the late game, and I feel like too many people don't accept that transition or don't remember it. Like, as Renekton, if you fall behind, you could have built Titanic Hydra, Sterox Gauge, both of which are going to give you damage, but also just going to give you raw health, tankiness with the shield, and let you just.
Blue side is doing Baron now.
Alright. Ravenous Kumquats have sniffed it out. I think they realize something's going on, but they don't have any wards in the pit. And,
now they have one.
Now they've got wards in the pit. They're committing. Kane does have level advantage. Jarvan's going in. It's a good ult in the back line, but Ross is going to get a really good ult here. Anivia goes into egg form, but she will fall. Butterfreelo goes down as well, but it's 3 for 1. Both junglers going down. 2 for 1. Both junglers going down, but Shien Samurais do secure the Baron, so they may lose drag 3 here, depending on how fast it spawns. But you call that worth any day, I think.
Yeah, I mean, getting Baron buff is pretty. And it's a lot of gold. Like, it's, winning. It's a lot of gold.
Yep, it's 300 gold to your entire team per person.
Yeah, it's essentially a team fight victory.
Yeah, everyone gets a kill basically. And that allows Kane to finish his Death's Dance, start on what I assume is Spirit Visage. Normally I'd prefer armor here, but it's such a good item for Ross. I kind of get it.
It's like Vlad when he builds Spirit Visage. You're not building it for this tank class. You're building it for
Quid's going in. He's looking to contest. Okay, well, Jarvan's gonna eat. Pull out of the EU. Dragon is secured by Ravenous Kumquats. Step gets a huge Haymaker. Just obliterating Rom.
Unfortunate for that. Mega Average has been slain.
Kane should be able to run down the Lucian here.
Yeah.
Flash, but you needed to save that flash to Starla. You were toast anyway.
Yes, that was wasting flash.
So
also, like, Kane's E was just up. The wall is not gonna save you from a Kane.
Ravenous Kumquats do secure the 3rd drag, so both teams are now on the soul point.
Yeah. The next drag is gonna be a 5-man team fight.
Yeah, probably game deciding, but 2 towers, fall to Shien Samurais. They claim inhibitor. Kane's pushing in bot wave, so they're going to go for a Nexus turret, but I think they could also rotate back and try to get the bot inhib. Kane's going to push it in, but he doesn't have Baron because he died, so. But Misfortune's here to bring it, so they're going to claim at least this tower. And they back off because all the Ravenous Kumquats are coming up.
They got an inhib, a tower, and really beat up the...
They got 3 towers. They got the mid-tier 2, the mid-inhib turret, and the bot lane inhib turret.
And they almost got the Nexus turret.
Yeah, so they're 7k gold in the lead. Math, everyone. I'm good at it. So they have a large gold lead, a lot of which is coming from towers and the Baron gold. So looking at what they spent it on, Misfortune has completed her Essence Reaver. She is building a lifesteal item now instead of full crits. Anivia has her Zanya's.
I think that the lifesteal. I think it's Merc Scimitar, probably. Fortune.
Yeah, getting caught by a Bromstone would kill her, so I think that makes sense.
Yeah,
She did take
I think she already has GA. She can get Merc Scimitar, and she'll be really hard to kill.
Renekton notably lost his GA in the team fight around Dragon, and it's still only about halfway off cooldown, so he probably won't have it. Oh, slow on dilution. He misses the Relentless Pursuit.
And
Ansem just going to go down to the drive-by. Stun on Koi. Hiya! I don't think he has a Haymaker, so he's going to fall there in the CC chain.
But, they now have the problem of mid lane and top lane shoving in, though.
Yeah, you gotta send 3 people to help Roscoe kill the set, but in the meantime, you're gonna lose 2 more towers. Are
they gonna...
Silas is finally working on anti-heal. He just completed his Morellos. Ross is a little caught out there.
Ross is really caught out. Like,
oh yeah, he is dead caught out.
He stuck around for the inhibitor, which is nice, but now he died.
You know how you say I wouldn't be caught dead in that? Well, he took it a little too literally. The Jarvan is building into full tank, which I think makes sense.
He's kind of behind, and he honestly doesn't need the damage, especially with the Renekton Silas solution.
Yeah.
Like, he really doesn't need damage.
Damage Jarvan is more of a solo queue pick because you can't always count on your teammate to bring the damage, but in a coordinated 5v5 like this, you can afford to go more of the pure damage, pure tank build, because your job is just to be an initiator. I wouldn't mind seeing like a cleaver or something for him. But
yeah, but he's again kind of
doing he's doing fine. He's doing his job. He's doing jungler things.
Yeah. No, Cleaver is good. What's the normal build? It's like Cinderhulk, Black Cleaver, and then
other tank items as appropriate.
Yeah, usually Stoneplate because you want the resistances and you already have a bunch of HP. Also, if you decide to engage like a Muppet into everyone and you pop Stoneplate and just don't die because you have Stoneplate.
Alright, so it looks like we're in a bit of a lull. Coit is continuing to push back. Oh, Mega Average goes in.
Coit's gonna try to take this last inhibitor.
He should get it. I mean, even with the dominance, he should just be focusing the inhib. Renekton's not really a threat to him. Like
backing off the Renekton though.
Yeah, because Renekton now has most of. Oh, he may actually lose this fight. Flashes the Haymaker. Yeah, the healing for Roscoe is too strong, and he's got Rambo Vest. And he's going to be forced to flash. Alright. Rost is in Lucian. He's going to try to get the kill. Misfortune's in her GA. Oh, and he gets caught by the chains. Oh, okay, so
with like
a very cluttered. Oh, outmaneuvered. Oh, Astariel is just smurfing on people here.
Yeah, seriously, like he was he got like a triple kill, like 4 HP.
So in an extremely split up team fight, Renekton goes back to defend his base, and it's a 4-for-2 trade in favor of Ravenous Kumquats, and they get the Ocean Soul.
Yeah,
I think like they didn't have their set, they didn't have their one frontliner. Silas hits a sweet spot chain on Misfortune, gets that 1,000 gold shutdown after she's already lost her GA, and then Astariel just like dances around people and picks up 3 kills.
Yeah, they're gonna do the Baron. Like they're not really. Senna can't really stop them.
No, she's got some damage, but teleport coming out of the
Lucian's just gonna kill her if she picks him out.
She does, but it's not gonna work on that.
She's dead.
Yeah, that's a rough one. And the Misfortunal is a little too short. So that's Baron to Ravenous Kumquats.
Yeah.
So they're still down 1.8k gold.
But they're up in terms of tempo, and they have the Ocean Soul is a huge amount of gold in effective stats.
Oh yeah, it's incredible healing. Renekton has his Thornmail now. Jarvan is working on Thornmail as well. Silas is working on what I assume is a Death Cap. Lucian's full. Astario's full build. He's 100% crit. He's got lifesteal, and he doesn't have any pen, but I don't think he really needs it. Like, the only one with real armor is Set, and he can kite the Set and use his warp to kill him. And like,
Warp will kill Set
just fine. And Rost is starting to build armor, but he's only got a cloth armor. Like, that's not enough.
That's not exactly significant tankiness.
No. Yeah. This is looking like it's definitely tilting around with Kumquats' favor. I think this might be the case where you start to wonder, okay, what do we do next game if you're Shien Samurais? I think you draft more tanks.
Yeah, draft more tanks. That Senna should have been a Leona.
Yeah, I feel like
that would have changed the game. Like, they would have won lane.
Set goes in. Haymaker's off the mark. Oh, and Renekton and Jarvan are just into the back line. Misfortune's caught out. Ross is he's doing his thing.
Ooh.
But he's gonna go down. Yeah. Renekton gets a good flank there. They just get trapped. Misfortune just gets trapped in the Jarvan Cataclysm with Renekton, who just kind of slaps her to death. I wonder if you also maybe ban the Stylus. Because, like, he's 10 and 6, sure, but his Mega Average's chains have been really good. And they've confirmed a lot of kills. He has 18 kills. And it looks like they're just going to roll down the mid lane. Roscoe could be tanking because he's got GA. And Nivea's going to have to... Zanya's going to barrier, but... Tower's still going to go down. Going to get hit by the Jarvan Flag and Dragon. That's going to be game 1. Going to Ravenous Kumquats. There was a period in the mid game where it really looked like the Samurais were tilting things in their favor. They got three Ocean Drags.
They got 2 inhibitors twice.
They got multiple inhibitors. They were going for the soul. Their top and jungle were kind of doing their thing. Their Misfortune was fed. And then just like one really bad team fight around the Ocean Drive was game deciding. And then from there, it's a quick Ocean Soul, Baron, run it down mid lane, take one team fight and win the game.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see game 2. Ravenous Kumquats now leads 1-0. This is a 5-game series, so we're going to have at least 2 more games here. I think we'll take a quick break in order to get set up for game 2, and we will see you back in a few minutes.
Okay.
Help! Help! We're being trapped in an amateur league and forced to cast games and... I'm sorry. Everything's fine. Please ignore that. Welcome back to Game 2 of Shien Samurais vs. Ravenous Kumquats. Piltover Division Finals for the Casual Esports Amateur League. Ravenous Kumquats did win Game 1. It was a very back-and-forth game. Kumquats were ahead early. Samurais pulled ahead in the mid-game, but then two clutch team fights gave Ravenous Kumquats the win. So looking at the pro draft, we've already seen some adaptation. Ansem is no longer playing Senna. He's on to Thresh. They are rolling back the Misfortune, which I think makes sense. Slattery played very well on the Misfortune. Ended, I think, 7-3, 7-2. So no complaints there. More of a tank jungle instead of the Kane from last game with the Ramus. And then another split pusher top. Coit had a lot of really good presence in the side lane. For much of the game, he was really keeping CCK Roscoe down, taking towers. Camille's requires more ramp up than the set he was playing last game, which Ravenous Kumquats did ban this time. Camille needs a lot more money. She needs Triforce. She needs Tiamat. She needs hopefully Styrox Gauge to really come online. But she's an incredibly good split pusher because very few champions can deal with Camille just kind of dropping 1,000 true damage nukes every couple of seconds in the late game.
Yeah, you just die. It's really simple. There's not a lot of counterplay. She's super mobile and just does 1,000 true damage.
There are two sides of an argument, her side and the wrong side. So Ravenous Kumquats, they roll back the Silas and the Braum, which I think makes sense. The Braum worked very well, pressured lane really well. Silas on make average did a good job, particularly early. They do pick the Sejuani instead of the Jarvan, but the role's the same. They're going to be an engaged tank. The Ashe is a reaction to Lucian being banned, but to be honest, that's almost as much of a scary lane as Lucian Braum. You don't stack the stun quite as fast, but Ashe's slow means you're not going to get away. And Misfortune...
Also, if you get arrowed and then Braum stacks up his stun, you could end up being stunned for, like, forever.
Yeah, several seconds if it's a long-range Ashe ult.
Yeah, and that's just enough, like, that's enough CC where they can just kill Thresh.
Mm-hmm.
He won't activate Aftershock stun.
I think for me, one of the points I'm going to be really looking at this game is the top lane, because I think Roscoe struggled in game 1. He did die in an early 5v5 invade, which gave Set a kill, so Set already had a golden experience lead, was then ganked once, another kill went to Coit. So it's not like he didn't have, things weren't kind of stacked against him a little bit, but he's now on Pantheon, which is very much a ice stomp lane pick. Pantheon falls off in the late game. He becomes kind of a stun bot.
Mid game too, for that matter.
Yes, particularly against tanks like the Ramus and the Thresh. So Pantheon is going to beat the Camille early, but by picking the Pantheon, they're really committing to him winning lane and keeping the Camille down for a while. So I think the top side of the map and Ravenous Kumquats map pressure is going to depend on how well Roscoe can execute that.
Yes, and if Camille gets a couple kills off of maybe some ganks or something, like, they don't have anyone who can actually stop the Camille from, running into their base. Like,
yeah.
Pantheon, behind Pantheon will get towered successfully by a Camille.
Silas would be the only real person who could match this Camille in the split push, I would think.
And if your mid laner is stuck sitting in a side lane, hiding under tower from a Camille, you probably have already lost.
That said, I would point out that Ravenous Kumquats Engage is stupid good.
Yeah, like they could just pick someone from like halfway across the map.
Yeah,
and
the
Samurai
Samurai
ult, Sejuani ult, Braum, Silas, Pantheon. They in fact all are carrying around a long duration stun.
Mm-hmm.
Just like they might actually be able to just perma stun someone. Like actually perma stun.
If they layered it right, yeah.
Yeah, if they layered it right,
they're much more dependent on the Ramus just kind of running up to someone or Camille or Thresh getting a pick. which could work to kill like the Ashe, but Ravenous Kumquats can kind of just put their stuns on top of each other and make someone die. So I think an early QSS out of Misfortune or a mid-game QSS could. I'm ready to rock and roll with the game if you are. We'll give it a moment
10
to
seconds.
transition. Yep, I'm on 10 seconds as well.
Okay.
And so I'll count us down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, liftoff. Looking at the Runes and Masteries, double Conquer in top lane, double Aftershock in jungle, Mega Average again running the Electrocute on Silas, Delta Terra running the Glacial, which I think is interesting. I tend to see Cinders either run Electrocute for the raw burst or Phase Rush to kite. And given that she has such burst potential, I wonder if going the Glacial build on her is really the best idea, because you're going to cut some of her burst potential by going the Frost Cannon instead of the Ludens.
So the Frost Cannoning, everyone for Misfortunal can be really good. But...
True. And it makes your stun easy to hit. Lethal Tempo on the Ashe makes sense, and then Guardian on Braum versus Aftershock on Thresh. I think that'll make sense. All right, we got an Invade coming out, but it is spotted.
Minions have spawned.
I really love the Hex Tech Sejuani skin on Tempest. Gonna lose his Frost Armor. Little poke goes down, but
nothing really happens.
Yeah, I don't think Rammus's clear is too bad. Where he's really going to be in danger on his clear.
No,
without even
Sejuani and Braum have Sejuani and Rammus have reasonably good clears. Like they'll be fine. Also, they're not exactly invadey junglers. Like they're not going to be the other one's buff.
Yep, both start their bot lane buffs. Get those leashes. Let's see,
20 for Gromp.
Yep, Rammus doing the whatchamacallit, the Krugs.
Camille is fighting the Pantheon. I don't know if that's a good idea.
Yeah, but you can't just roll over. You gotta fight back a little bit. Like even if you're in a losing matchup, you can't let the other guys roll on you. We're also going to get a really good trade.
2.
Yep, gets a good trade there.
Koi is in dive range. Pantheon.
Yeah, I think he would need No, he could do it probably if he had a full stack.
Yeah.
Now he's healed enough that he's all right. And he did take the D shield for some more regen. So that's kind of what we've got. He's going to be sitting under tower, getting the farm he can. Pantheon's already burned 2 of his corrupting potion charges though, so.
Yeah.
Rammus full clears his bot side, going to top. Sejuani's about a camp ahead of him. She's looking top, I assume, for the top scuttle. Because there's probably, unless you want to try to
blue buff.
All right, not a terrible idea, but I don't know. I don't think of Sejuani when I think of, oh crud, she's coming to invade me. Like,
yeah, I don't think Sejuani actually beats Rammus, so.
But Pantheon does.
Yeah, Pantheon with the kill.
Koi gets the solo kill, gets the return kill. Slows the Mega Average. He's ignited.
Mega Average kind of caught out, but who's caught out? Koi.
Pantheon uses the Aegis Assault, but he now has no passive stack. Oh, good shades from Mega Average. And that's what we saw in game 1. Like his boom with the Comet Spear. Not respecting the Pantheon damage. So extended fight, but it is a 3-for-1 in favor of.
Ooh, is it?
He's low. He's almost in taunt range. Rammus does not have flash. Doesn't have blue smite. How long? All right, flash, double Q. Yeah. So Camille trades back, gets the recovers the double buff. That's when you all chat. Thanks for the buff.
Yeah, they really are fighting over those double buffs, but you understand why. Like, man, double buff is a big deal.
Oh yeah, it's very powerful in a melee on melee lane. Both ADCs are low on mana, but Astariel is low on health, so.
Yeah, especially now with that.
But they're getting ganked, and some. Yeah, he's got out. Yep. No escape. Didn't have his flash. May have used it in a... His Ignite's not on cooldown. I wonder if he used it in a fight earlier. Notably, from the two kills,
Ooh, mega average.
Camille already has her Tiamat, which is a really strong early item for her. Camille's wave clear is not that good, and so the extra AD and wave
Dragon for Tempest.
Same as last game, they are controlling the bot lane, the bot river, and they are rewarded with a dragon for it. So Braum and Sejuani, sorry, love the extra resists. Pantheon is working on what might be Death's Dance.
No, it's Blade of the Rune King. No, this is the old patch. I don't know what it is.
I don't believe. Well, it could be Blade of the Rune King.
Was Blade of the Rune King buffed and patched this patch? Or
I don't believe it wasn't on 10.5, but it could still be Bork. It could be Death's Dance. It could also be Sanguine Blade.
Yeah, it could be Sanguine.
I would like for it to be Sanguine because, as an early game bully with like high base AD damages, Pantheon really likes Validity, and he's not really the sustain champ that Death's Dance is great on.
Sanguine gives you attack speed.
A lot of it, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, like a whole bunch of attack speed. So Sanguine will let the Pantheon beat the Camille for longer.
Mm-hmm.
Which...
Oh, it is Bork. It's Bilgewater Cutlass.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it could be... Alright, hold on. We're being nearsighted. It could be the secret tech, Hex Tech Gunblade. And there's a dagger. I'm wrong. Roscoe, you had an opportunity for the secret tech and you didn't take it.
No, it's a blade.
So it's
Pantheon, the triple procking the blade of the Rune King on W is kind of... Ravenous is
sitting in bot lane. Like...
There's the flay, force the flash, and Ravenous is just gonna roll up on in there.
And taunt and dead.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was very good alpha play. They gotta get the
taunt.
He does have flash, which he'll be forced to use.
Yeah. Braum flashes out.
So that's good. That's a kill onto Slattery. Start getting him in. Ooh, wow. Very strong trade for
Camille. Yeah, the Pantheon might win the early game, but he doesn't win now, especially if he gets stunned.
Yeah, he didn't have passive stacks up, and he took the true damage hit when you really don't want to take it if you can help it.
He took the two true damage hits and the stun, so he took like a full Camille combo for not trading back. But he did trade back a little bit into Camille's shield.
Yeah.
It was definitely...
Gonna force the Aegis Assault. I think it's called Aegis Assault. Yes, Aegis Assault. But that's a very long cooldown. It's about 15 seconds. He might be diveable here.
Meh.
Oh, he's just expanded his passive stacks. I don't think. Mega Average is roaming up, so Coit needs to be careful.
Is it pinged? Is Coit gonna get caught?
Oh, I thought those chains were about to hit.
No.
But,
Camille dodges successfully, and Silas has Camille ult.
Meg Average, yes, now is Camille, so...
Is Silas gonna ult the Ravenous and try to kill him? No, Silas is getting chased around by the Ravenous.
Pantheon's just gonna go down, puts the shield up in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Okay. Ash ult into top river. It hits Camille. It hits Camille, so she can't help the Ravenous. Who's forced to flash.
Ooh.
Oh, that was the ult. Yes, the ult kills him.
Clutch ulti. Braum's top lane too. Can they punish the Ashe for being alone?
I was gonna say, I'm not sure how much longer.
Blocked by the blue buff, who for some reason was standing in that bush. Like, I think she Cinder grabbed it. Okay, and put it there to block the Silas.
To stop the Sejuani from stealing it. Sejuani had started the camp. Blade's going down for a hook onto the Ashe. Blade back into the Misfortune ult, and that's just a quick kill.
Yeah, that's what you get for just leaving your AD carry in lane alone for a long period of time.
See, I'd like Silas did not use the. Oh, incoming Panthol. Fail flash from Delta Terra, and that's going to be a kill.
Yeah.
So we have
Pantheon.
a very back and forth game. Lots of kills being traded. It's now 6-5. Looking at the game state though, it's a slight gold lead, about 500 for Shien Samurais. Notably, I think where it's most important is that their top and ADC are ahead. Coit had a very strong first game, is in a bad matchup now, but he is now winning.
And he wins more later. Like if they don't shut the Camille down, this is going to be a major problem.
Mm-hmm. Ramus is ahead. He's got his Cinder compared to Sejuani, who already prioritized boots. But Slattery is ahead of Astariel. Oh, Sun in our tower. That might actually be a kill for the Pantheon.
Yeah.
Oh, good stun onto the Ramus. Butterfreelo is going to go down. They're trying to chase onto Ansem. They will chase onto Ansem. And that should be Dragon. I didn't see how that fight started. But it looks like...
It was a really good Ash ult, though.
Yes, it was an excellent Ash ult.
Forever away.
I feel like this is once again a case where Shien Samurais need Coit at Dragon. Because Slattery's really strong, but with the Braum pick, his ult's likely just to get blocked. And so they need Coit in a team fight to really take an early lead. Or to really control
Mega Average got kind of caught. He's super
takes a lot of damage, but doesn't make it out.
Is Coit dead here? I think so, yeah. No.
Barely.
No.
I think Pantheon did not have his Comet Spear up. I believe he Comet Speared, did the stab, and Camille dodged it with her ult.
Yeah, that was definitely an outplay.
Yeah. Which Roscoe recognized. It was an extremely close fight. I suspect, I'm curious about runes. So let's see. Alright, Legend Bloodline on the Camille, and Legend Tenacity on Roscoe. So it's probably that little bit of extra lifesteal that helped Camille stay in there. I like the attack speed Legend on Camille, but clearly...
Lifesteal's good on Camille because she can... the true damage, you get it straight converted.
True. I personally like... I like attack speed, and then I take Titanic, and I play her more as a bit of a frontliner, and not like the Ravenous Hydra full damage split pusher. As more, but
Camille is a diver. She has a versatile,
Yeah, you got options there.
No, most divers have a lot of options, and they're probably one of my favorite classes because of their kind of optionality. You can kind of do a lot with them,
and your ability to build build for personal preference.
Build for personal preference, build for what your team has, and you can kind of, they kind of slot into your team, especially jungle-wise. You can kind of blind, always.
You play Warwick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Warwick because of how flexible he can be. I like Righteous Glory on Warwick. Big grouping in bot lane by the Ravenous Kumquats. Ramus is going to get caught out here. He's going to get chain stunned. Should go down to the Ignite. Sej is going to get hooked and traded back, I think. Oh no, the flash heal! The auto does not come out from Slattery in time. Mega Average is going to go in.
That Braum is a bit... He's fine.
But Sejuani does fall, so it's a 2-for-1 trade. I'm not really sure why they were fighting there, to be honest. Oh, that's just a kill for Roscoe.
Yeah, he's getting that big fat shutdown.
That's a lot of money that he needed.
No, it does seem top lane is whoever can land their combo. Ooh.
Yeah, and also who starts at higher health? And he makes it out. Flashes in for the Flay Auto. Doesn't have quite enough damage, but Cole Kane does go down. Given that neither of the top laners have very much health at this point, the base health matters a lot, and whoever starts the fight at higher health is going to have a big advantage.
Starting the fight at higher health and, getting your full combo off before the opponent gets their full combo. Because they have enough damage to just kill each other. They don't have health.
Roscoe is pinging out Rift Herald, which is spawning soon. They did get first Rift Herald. So they're definitely looking to contest the second. There's a lot of wards in top lane, in top river, for Shien Samurai. So they should have vision to suss it out. But there's also 3 sweepers on the side of Ravenous Kumquats. So they're very committed to making this map dark. And with things like a Pantheon, Sejuani, Akram, you want to force the Samurais to walk into unwarded bushes and to face check, because then they'll probably die. I'm also looking at Anthem's build. He's got a Chalice. Ooh.
Yeah, why would you build a Chalice on?
It could be my guess would be it's for Mikhail's Crucible, so that he can cleanse the CC off of Misfortune.
No, that's a good idea. Definitely.
Yeah, it's not an item that has tremendous synergy with Thresh. He does have a shield, but I suspect it's for the cleanse.
It's for the active.
Yeah.
You can build Mikhail's on lots of champions that you shouldn't. Anything with heals, because it actually gives you 20%.
Roscoe, that's an outplay there. He dodges the Pantheon shield vault with his own ult. And that should be third drag going to Shien Samurai. Sedge's got to get in there if she wants to interrupt it. Nope. Just goes to a...
And Sedge got caught.
Yeah, she's on the wrong side of the map here. You have to try to run, but Camille's probably going to have... Yep, hookshot's up soon.
Boom, yeah.
Silas is burning down, but he's not dead yet. Oh, it dodges with the abscond.
Yeah, excellent Silas not dying.
Pantheon's work got a Kindle Gem and a Ruby Crystal. I would assume for Cleaver. I think I still would have preferred Lethality. This seems like more of a bruiser build, like you're going to try to frontline, which is okay. And Cleaver later on in the build for Panth is fine, but... Oh, well. He's not having any trouble killing Slattery.
Yeah, overstay and then sitting around killed by the Pantheon. Also, Pantheon ult is slow. Like you should have just moved. Like,
so I'm actually going to disagree. I like Slattery's play there because notably that was first tower. He sees the Pantheon ult coming. He doesn't have flash. That is Rift Herald, stolen by Sejuani actually. So the Ravenous Kumquats secure the second Rift Herald. Pantheon teleports in. They're going to pick up, yeah, Ramus is, he's struggling.
Sejuani misses Ansem with the ultimate. Kind of badly, too. Like, that was not even close.
But they're going to, Ansem steals the blue buff, I think. Yes, he does.
Hoyt coming in, missing, played
just
off.
Just getting a little, getting a small trade in. I like the decision by Flattery there. He sees the Pantheon coming, his flash is down. He's like, I'm going to die here. There's not really a way I get out of this, but I can trade for first turret. And so now that bonus 100, 150 gold does not go to Ravenous Kumquats, so they will get this tower. Stun onto... Oh, Butterfreelo's going to go down. Oh, Brahm's going to go down in return. Camille's looking for the hook shot. Doesn't matter. Ash is going to just get run down.
Yeah. Lots of... This is a lot of deaths, a lot of kills, kind of chaotic.
The fights feel more even. I felt like in game 1, the early game, strongly Ravenous Kumquats, mid-game, strongly the Samurais, and then now this one feels more... this one feels a lot more back and forth. It is about a 2k gold lead for the Samurais, and looking at it, 500 gold lead on top.
Yeah.
Where else?
Ramus is behind. Syndra's
Oh,
behind.
it's in. Look at bot lane. Hit X. Yeah. So Slattery's Misfortune is 3,500 gold ahead of Istario's Ash. Like he is an item ahead. He has Infinity Edge and Essence Reaver compared to Bork and the start of Essence Reaver. And Slattery already has the Executioners to shut down Make Average's healing, shut down Roscoe's healing. So while the mid and jungle are about 1,000 gold ahead for Ravenous Kumquats, their ADC is massively behind, and they need to.
No, and ADCs need gold. Like they don't function without gold. Even Ash is sort of a utility champion.
They're making a
they're
play
on
for
Baron.
Baron, and I don't know
They're
if.
going to get caught. Like the whole
All right, it's been checked. Ansem may pay with his life though. He's gonna. Oh, good stun. Good Zhonya's. Make Average's Zhonya's out. Misfortune ult comes over the top. Braum's gonna go down. Pantheon's low. Pantheon does trade for the Thresh, but that's an ace for Shien Samurais.
Samurais are gonna get that Baron too.
And that's gonna be the Baron, yeah. It looks like what happens is they peel off the Baron and they engage on the Thresh, which is good. They get the CC chain down, but he goes into stopwatch, so he doesn't die. A really good Syndra stun slows the engage long enough for Misfortune to arrive. The Braum Unbreakable has already gone down and is facing the other way, so that tool isn't there, and the bullet time over the top kills Meg Average and Cole King. And then
the Braum
rolls in.
also got Last Samurai trying to stop the Misfortune.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he didn't actually get close enough to the Misfortune. He got killed.
So once again, after an early 2-dragon deficit, Shien and Samurais are fighting back. They now have 2 dragons of their own. That is 8% AD and AP. And that's going to feel great for the Camille. She's built a lot of raw AD. She has already really, for the most part, outscaled the Pantheon. And that's just going to make her even more of a threat. Like, if you're Ash and this Camille rolls up on you,
you're dead.
Yeah, you're just like, guess I'll die. It's like part 1, accepting your death. Even the Silas, who's working on Zhonya's for a little bit of armor, is probably not going to be enough unless he can get like over a wall or something. The Camille's going to kill him.
No, again, stopping
curious.
the Camille from split pushing is going to be a problem. Like,
How much does he do? Right now, he deals 200 bonus damage, converts 92% of it into true damage. She has 252 AD, so 452 plus 220 Shien proc is 670, so like 600 true damage out of the. The first half isn't true damage. The first half is just physical. But the second half, that's like 650 true damage. 620 maybe.
That's a lot of true damage.
Mm-hmm. 101 bonus damage just on the first hit.
And you also get, your first Q and your E and your W and maybe some autos. Like, your E gives you a bunch of attack speed.
Like, it's not just the true damage that's gonna kill you, but that really does help.
Mm-hmm.
And the cooldown on that ability is really low.
The Samurai, it's about like 3 seconds or so once she's maxing SCR. Samurais are pressuring top lane. They've got Coit pushing in the mid. But the Kumquats are going to be able to repel that push, at least at first. Trying to keep the lane
for a pick.
Pantheon's, I think, kind of torn. He's trying to decide, do I stay in mid to try to keep the Camille off the turret, or do I look to ult to my team to turn a 5-4? And the problem is that if he ults, it almost certainly guarantees an inhib goes down to Coit.
Yeah, Coit will just kill the inhib before they finish the
Ashel's off the mark.
But that
Rommel's off the mark. Butterfreelo's gonna die, but he's gonna take a long time to go down. Delta Terra is very low, will fall to the ignite. Coit's just pushing in the bot lane.
Yeah, not really doing anything. Like that.
Well, he gets to shove the minions up. He should get the bot lane tier 2 here very easily.
Yeah, they
So-
have to walk over to stop them.
Yeah,
and
so
they have to walk over 2 of them to stop them, because if one person does it on low health, they'll just die. The
So it is
Pantheon
a
comes-
2-0 in the favor of Ravenous Kumquats at the expense of losing a tower. Not a bad trade, all things considered. The only downside is the kills are onto Ramus and Syndra, who, if you look at their KDs, are probably not worth that much. Like, that was
No,
maybe
they're worth
500
like 100
gold.
and some odd gold.
They're probably worth more than that, but there's because they did get a number of assists. But you're not going to get a lot of gold there. Like, you really need to kill the Misfortune or the Camille to really
Make bank.
to make bank. I think
No,
Pantheon
the Camille has a
and
650 gold shutdown. Like, whoever gets that gets a lot of gold.
I think Pantheon and Sedge together might be able to kill her by
Maybe.
because they'll stack Sedge's stun passive really fast. But they're gonna need to bring 3 people here. They may be bringing 4, maybe bring 5. They're like, all right, everyone, Camille must die.
Yeah, I mean, if you have that big of a bounty, getting 5-banned actually kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, there is the problem of hope you don't want to, like, lose your inhibitor because you were 5-banning.
Ash held on to the Camille. They are gonna burn her down, but she has GA here, so
Misfortune all
Misfortune gets stunned.
interrupted.
Camille's gonna trade in the back line. She's gonna get a kill. She's gonna get almost 2. Braum falls. And that's a clean 5-0 ace. They're gonna go for the dragon. They're gonna go for the Baron here, or maybe push mid lane to try to get the inhib.
Or maybe the Baron, the Dragon, and the inhibitor turret. They have like 30 seconds.
Yeah, like you can see the concept there works well. They Ash ult into Pantheon stun. They're like, all right, we CC lock
The
Camille.
Camille has GA, and then
Yeah.
they were all standing in the Misfortune ult the whole time while they were killing the Camille.
Like that plan works if Coit is on his own, because you can burn the GA and either force him to retreat or just kill him after he comes back.
yeah.
But in that case, his whole team's there because Dragon's coming up and they've correctly grouped for it. And so you don't really you're just gonna take too much damage. And that's always one of the struggles when you're fighting a really fed single person is you're like, okay, we can kill them, but we're gonna burn so much to do it that we're gonna lose to the rest of their team.
Yeah. Especially if the rest of their team isn't, like, hopelessly behind. They're doing Baron and Ramus is in base.
Yeah, Kumquats are doing a Hail Mary. Camille's teleporting in. I respect the play. Oh, hook onto the Ash. Good Misfortunal. Braum's very low here. Silas is almost dead. He's dead now. Oh, and the AoE damage from the Tiamat and the Syndra is just too much.
Yeah.
That's probably game.
Yeah, I think they're just gonna go end it.
I respect the Baron play. You're like, okay, they just got Dragon and they were low, so they're probably recalling. Let's see if we can burn the Baron down before they get here. And because Ramus is in the base. The problem is they don't really have a team that's gonna burn it down. And they're not ahead enough. And so
They lack the
Shien's-
DPS. And then, like, Ansem has Stone Plate, so he can walk up and hook the Ash, and they can't really, if they, blow all their CC and damage on the Stone Plate support, like, they're, sitting ducks. And if they don't, well, he gets to walk up and hook the Ash. And
yeah.
that's like, then the Misfortune gets to ult in the backline, hits everybody, for a bit of damage. And then, Syndra and Camille come in. They just have so much AoE damage, they're just able to kind of kill them. And, like, Baron's killing them, too. Like, they're in the pit with the Baron.
Yeah, so what do you want to see for the next game from Kumquats? Like, for me, it comes down to 2 things. One, Istariel doesn't play Ash.
Yeah, kind
It
of.
seems like
I mean, nice arrows, but, like...
it just doesn't seem to be as comfortable of a pick as the Lucian was.
Yeah, Ash didn't really do any damage. Like, Ash stunned people and slowed them, but didn't actually kill anyone.
Yeah, and you picked the Ash in the second rotation when Lucian was banned. I might move the Lucian up to first rotation if Shien and Samurais aren't banned, because it was just like, Istariel just seemed much more comfortable on the Lucian than
For
the
sure.
Ashe.
I
And the
also
second
don't like
thing
the
is,
Pantheon. Like,
Yeah.
it's so early game reliant, and like,
I would put
everyone
Roscoe on a
knows-
tank because,
yeah,
like,
play a tank. Play like if someone's gonna play Camille, play Poppy.
yeah, Poppy squashes Camille. Like, it's very easy.
Yeah,
And
Camille will eventually get to the point where she can kill Poppy.
Yeah,
At like the 30-minute mark, once your team fighting and Poppy is more useful.
and if Poppy has Thornmail, it'll take even longer. Like,
No, it'll take forever. Like,
Yeah.
and you can't dive a Poppy.
yeah.
You'll
Twice-
die.
Twice now you've picked a
Early game carry.
an early game bully / split pusher for Roscoe. And both games he's been pressured early by Coit and has been pressured in the split push.
Yeah, he lost while he took the early game when he took early game chance.
Yeah, so I would like to see him either on a tank or if he's got a scaling carry pick he plays.
Play some
Like
Vladimir.
he plays Morden Alawi, both of whom will beat Camille, so he could have just picked those. But like, if he plays like Vladimir or Kennen or
Cassiopeia.
Cass, I mean Cass might be a little risky because she's vulnerable to being ganked, but like, I feel like the Vladimir I would like here if he plays it. And admittedly, I don't play Vlad, but something that's like, okay, he's going to be pressured early, but that's all right because Vlad is going to scale and win team fights.
I think like Darius, someone that's actually gonna win the 1v1 consistently.
Yeah, I'd like to see something a little, maybe more of a juggernaut, or just like put him on more of a scaling pick. Don't put him on these picks
But
that
he has to win by the 5-minute mark where he pops
yeah, or Lily, but like so that requires him to like hard win lane.
up. Yeah, because
So-
he's not. And then he falls off, and then they have this fed Camille that stop.
So Shien Samurai, Ravenous Kumquats had side pick for this game, so they chose red side again, which makes sense. They won on red side game 2, so I'm interested to see if they'll switch it up.
Yeah,
We should see that in just a minute. I think we'll take a quick break and then get ready for game 3.
Yeah.
TTU Phoenix, broadcasting directly into your brain. Welcome to the Casual Esports Amateur League. We are back for Game 3 of the Piltover Finals, Shien Samurais versus Ravenous Kumquats. The series is now tied up at 1-1. They have elected to switch sides this time because it's Game 3. The Samurais, as the higher-ranked team, had side choice. They were previously blue side, but they have now chosen to go red and secure the counterpick for their top laner, Coit, on the Fiora, who notably had very strong performances in both Game 1 and Game 2. So I see why they want to kind of double down on ensuring he gets a good matchup. He will be piloting the Fiora into the Mordekaiser, but we were talking during the break that, the Kumquats team comp it's a very face-rolly team fight comp. You've got Ori Ball, Warwick ult, Leona ult, Leona engage, Misfortune ult. Like, the team fight power is very much on the side of Ravenous Kumquats, whereas Shien Samurais, I feel like they've got more disengaged, they're more dodgy, they're more agile, but your only front line is the Thresh, and you've got sort of an assassin, an ADC, a split push duelist, and a mage. So it'll be interesting to see if they can kind of put all of those pieces together and come up with a winning plan in this game.
Or whether they just get phase rolled at like the second dragon fight and get ace. That's probably the more probable option.
See, the real question for me is, can the Samurais get a dragon before Dragon 3? Because in Game 1 and 2, they've given up both the first and the second dragon. So
And if
can
they
they
do
advance
that,
to taking Dragon 2? Maybe even Dragon 1.
and part of it is Warwick can do dragon before he back. Like, he can just jump into the pit as soon as it spawns and kill the dragon by himself.
Yeah, though he depends on his health layout, and in my experience, blue buff. You need blue buff for it.
Yeah, you don't need blue buff. I did it on my last game. You don't need blue buff. You just need like over 200 mana.
Yeah, you need a good chunk of mana.
And you need smite, obviously.
Yeah, and you need the enemy team to not check it.
Yeah. You die if they check it or you flash out.
So
But
yeah,
that is something they could pull. Like, Echo can't solo drag until 6, and he has to use his ulti.
Yeah, and I would expect to see the Echo.
Echo can't really solo drag it ever.
Yeah.
Usually die to it.
Yeah, so I think we see the interesting. Looking at the pick bands, the Silas band does come out from the Samurais. Mega Average had very good performances on those Game 1 and Game 2. And all of the Round 2 bands are top lane.
Yeah.
Ravenous Kumquats bans the Set and the Camille, which Coit played in Game 1 and 2. And Shien Samurais banned the Alawi and the Swain, which
also
they didn't play, but which CCK Roscoe does play.
Also, the Silas ban comes at the expense of the Warwick ban, which Warwick is picked immediately.
Is immediately first pick. That's one of, I believe, that's one of Butterfreelo's. Oh no, sorry, it's Ravenous Kumquats. But I believe that's one of Tempest's like comfort picks. So
yeah,
it makes sense that.
And Warwick is really blind pickable. He doesn't really have hard counters.
No, he doesn't have a lot of terrible matchups. His only real issue is he falls off in the late.
Yeah, and he only falls off in like the really late game. Like, look at the win rate graph. He actually spikes at like 35 to 40 minutes, but he falls off terribly after 40 minutes because.
I suspect that's because the carries are fully online, and he's like.
Yeah, they have their GA. Once you get GA, Warwick falls off because he can't kill you twice.
But he's still really good in that mid to mid late game because his ability to pick off carries is still extremely good. So we'll see if we get the Warwick tax of the QSS and the Ezreal, and maybe the Syndra, Echo. I wouldn't be surprised to see Fiora build it because it's also good at getting you out of the Mordekaiser role. So
yes, the Kumquats team basically says buy QSS or else you'll die because you get Mordekaiser ulted, Warwick ulted, Leona stunlock, Ori. They have so much CC, it's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Enough jawboning though. Let's get into game.
Yes.
All right. Scoreboard is all messed up. I gotta switch all this around. Who's running? Shoddy operation.
I'm at 10 seconds.
I'm at 10 seconds. I will count us off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. So looking at the Runes and Masteries, we have Double Conquer in the top lane. press the attack on the Warwick, electrocute on the Echo. A little surprised by that. I think you often see the Dark Harvest on the Echo, but press the attack. Makes sense. Fiora has neglected to buy a Doran's Blade. Just has the 1 health potion.
Okay. That's kind of funny.
I suspect that's an accident of just like not clicking the D blade when you meant to.
But
See,
we'll have to base and buy the D blade.
or just go into lane with 1 potion, like a man. We even go in with no items. That's the top lane way. No items, just your stats. You turn off runes, you would. Nonce fight. Summon Airy on the Orianna, pretty standard. Again, the Glacial on Syndra. I don't know if I felt like the Glacial was like clutch, but there were some good slow fields. So it may also be, since Delta Terror has been pretty pressured in lane both games, the Glacial build is cheaper and provides more utility. So he may just want that fallback if he's not ahead. Conquer on the Ezreal is interesting. Oh no, it's Stariel is playing the Misfortune this time. So they take that away because Slattery played that very effectively both games. So Stariel's running press the attack, whereas Slattery used Conquer on the Misfortune, and then double Aftershock in the bot lane for the support. Mord is just kind of sitting at tower and not walking up. I think he was faking. He was faking the leash, but it won't matter because they had a ward on Warwick's red buff, so they will. The samurais will know that Warwick did start red. Oh, dodges the Q. And that's the issue from Mord. There's 2 issues for Mord. One, Fiora is good at dodging his skill shots because they're relatively telegraphed and not very fast. And his E in particular is a very easy riposte from her. Forces the stun, Ansem's going to get the flay. Switches targets to Misfortune, gets the hook. He's going to ignite her, but he is himself ignited.
That was a funny. That was a visual bug right there. Mord's auto attack didn't look like it went off. So.
No, that's not a bug, actually. There is a 50% attack speed slow on the Fiora riposte, even if she doesn't block a skill shot. So his attack
But his
speed...
passive went off, but his attack didn't.
No, I saw it go off, but it took too long to go off. And she was able to get out of range in time. Slight... basically even farm lead in the top lane.
Ooh.
Flash out of the Misfortune. I feel like that was a little ambitious. They were really counting on the Leona to land the stun, but Ansem twice successfully flays Leona out of her Zenith Blade dash and denies those engages. Though, while both ADCs are kind of low, Ansem's a lot lower than Cole Kane is on the Leona. So Leona really controls this lane now. She can choose to go in. Slattery could get away, but Ansem doesn't really have the mana to sustain a long engagement.
Can't escape, and he keeps wasting mana too. Like he has no mana. Like if he gets the Ezreal, like if they
what
get
did he
engaged,
take for runes? All right, so he did take Biscuit Delivery. He's gonna get another Biscuit in like 4 seconds.
Okay, that will give him enough mana to like not get.
Yep, he's got it. He hasn't eaten it. I wonder if they may be looking to try to back relatively soon. Because Ezreal's probably getting close to his...
Roscoe taken.
Looks like a good trade there for Roscoe, but good vital procs on Coit means that he out-sustains.
Yeah.
Oh, they're committing onto the Warwick, but Butterfree is now maybe caught out. He gets first blood. Syndra's going to have to try to get him out of here. Good slow. Leona's going to go in. Meg Average. Oh. Meg Average lives. Stariel takes out the kill on Butterfree. I feel like he didn't need to go in there. So we have a very messy fight. Leona comes in over the Dragon Pit wall.
Yes. Zenith Blades over out of vision.
So they don't know she's there. And everyone's just so tapped out on mana by that point that the mages are all down to auto attacks.
Yeah.
But Butterfree does claim first blood. and the Warwick doesn't get anything off of it. So I think that's okay from the point of view of
It is the bot lane though. It's the
Ravenous
majority.
Kumquats.
They
There we
want to
go.
both get a kill. Like,
Yeah.
it'll be a lot harder to win bot lane after that. And they have an X. I think they have a bit of an XP lead.
Level 4, level 4. In support, they do. Cold Cane is a level up.
And they have the minions are on that side.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to see Roscoe be using his Unbreakable, his Indestructible more here, the more W, because
Yes.
it's fully charged.
And
And
he's just sitting on it.
yeah, I know that he wants to keep it there in case Coit goes in on him, but the fact is that he's not using, and now he's letting it decay. Come on, man, hit the W. He's not using one of the big advantages he has, which is that he is a manaless champion. Manaless high.
Sustain. He
Yeah,
has sustain and mana, and if he doesn't use his sustain, it doesn't really help him that. Also, if he lets himself get too low, like Fiora has 6, Fiora can potentially all in him.
Yeah, he should be very close to 6. He does just tick to 6, but the thing is that when you're a manaless champion at top lane, particularly one with good sustain, like Garen or Set or Mordekaiser, you can just wait people out. As you see, the Fiora was at about half health, half mana, did not have mana. She didn't take Corrupting Potion. She has double D-Blade and a refillable, which she's used both of. In order to effectively trade with you, she's going to have to keep burning mana. And you can just wait her out. As long as you don't die, you can just always be at higher health than her and force her back. And you use that time to catch up because you're down a little bit in CS, go for some plates, establish an experience lead. So when you're a manaless champion versus a manual using champion, always try to use that advantage by out-sustaining them. So first dragon does go down, this time on the side of Shien Samurai. The Echo and the Syndra together take the dragon. They're going to get an early Ocean, which just feels great. That extra sustain is very nice. Second dragon, is the Earth Dragon. So we're going to have either an Air Soul or an Infernal. I personally love Air Soul when I'm Mordekaiser because maximum speed in the Thunderdome. Helps you just run people down after ulting.
Yeah,
Great for Warwick, makes your Warwick ult longer range. For those who may be watching who don't play Warwick, Warwick's ult does not have a fixed range. It is
But doesn't it proc after your move speed? I guess your ult is cast, and then it's based on your move speed, so I guess it would increase your Warwick ult range.
I don't know. I don't think it would because the bonus movement speed will activate after the channel.
Yeah, is it after the ulti, like, is it after it's clicked and before it reads, or?
I think after you finish latching onto the person. But keep in mind,
Mordekaiser ult down, Fiora ult down.
She's gonna get the healing zone, but she's out of mana, so it's just a trade of ultimates.
Okay, they're both essentially fine because
Yeah.
both champions like healed like an absolute ton.
But Fiora is now completely out of mana. So remember,
Roscoe can use his W to heal, like if he hits some abilities. Warwick is right there.
remember that Cloud Soul does just give 10% movement speed all the time as well.
Yes.
And
That's
so, yep. Warwick ult,
Scorpion stepping up too far.
there should be a dive here. She's gonna burn all her mana on the riposte. Warwick's gonna die for it. So I think that was actually a misplay from Tempest. So when you ult someone as Warwick, if your E is active, it will automatically proc the howl, the fear, when you hit someone. You'll keep the resists, but what you should have done there is start the E, walk up, fear, because that won't pull tower aggro as it doesn't deal damage, and then ult once Mord has started getting damage in. You probably
And then the
won't
Mord can run away because Mord isn't actually right under the tower. Like he can Q and E and then run off before he dies to the tower.
Yes. And by killing the Fiora a little faster, you would have kept yourself from taking some
Oriana is forced to flash because Syndra kills all the minions.
Thresh is going to intercept, but he is now caught out by the
Yeah,
Leona.
that was a
He's going to flash away.
down.
Double TPs. Ansem goes down to the Ignite. Fiora's going to get the heal field. She's going to run down the Warwick. Mord does not have ultimate, and Fiora does. It's one of the issues when you're Mordekaiser is your ult is a very long cooldown, and Fiora's is actually slightly short of an average. So, Butterfreelo's going in. Mystario flashes the Time Winder. That's what it's called. And there is no chase down.
There's a flash from the Echo, but the Echo flashed to see Mordekaiser turned around.
So the Mord actually went for the Seeker's Arm Guard first. I would have liked the Bramble best. Seeker's is hyper. Oh, that's a really good use of the Oracle.
Timing.
And he flashes just for one last auto to get the kill.
Yeah. That he might have hit and he might have been able to catch up, but he might have died to tower if he did that.
Yeah, he just used it to confirm the kill, and it's all good. I would have preferred to see the Bramble. Seeker's is an extremely efficient item on Mord, but Bramble is so key against Fiora because Fiora is naturally squishy. She depends on her healing to survive in fights, and she can't proc her healing really without taking Bramble effect. The only way she can is by using Riposte to hit a vital. And so if you cut down that healing, base damages are almost always
getting minion blocked.
Yeah, he's going to take a lot of damage there.
Yeah, that was... He can get dove here.
Yeah.
But Fiora's under tower.
He's going to play Ring Around the Rosie, but the tower cleans it up.
Yeah, you can't parry tower.
That's when you all chat outplayed, when you just like walked away. Kiting, ladies and gentlemen. But that was a good play. Mord recognizes he's right around the dragon, and Echo has just exploded. Mord correctly recognized he was about to be dove, and when Mord ults you, he steals your stats. Yes, he takes your AD, your attack speed, your armor.
But he steals 10% of your HP.
Which goes to him. And so he basically, Fiora's got what? 1283 health. He basically just got 120 health there, which she didn't have.
Syndra gets caught, but they didn't stand up. They didn't stick a ward on the lantern.
Mm-hmm. And so that extra 120 health is what gives him the ability to survive Fiora's damage long enough for the tower to take her out. So first items are coming through for some champions. I'm guessing Misfortune. Yeah, she's back in here. She's got enough gold for her Essence Reaver and her Berserker's Greaves. Ezreal's got his mana mute, so he's going to be stacking.
Leona and the Misfortune are just spamming mana to try to...
Yeah, they just want to shove the wave and go back. Syndra has the Frost Cannon. She doesn't have tier 2 boots compared to Orianna, who's elected to finish her Sork Shoes, but is still sitting on Lost Chapter.
Oh, they catch Leona.
Oh, wow. That is much more damage than I expected.
Leona didn't have mana for W, I don't... And Leona relies on, her W and her Aftershock, and she didn't have any mana, so she didn't get to die. Echo coming in.
He's getting ganked here. He needs to ult the Echo, I think. Oh, but he doesn't have it!
Yeah, he's
Shield's
dead.
Good. Echo, very good timing to get the kill and then ult out. Actually, Roscoe almost survives and turns that gank. That was very well played from him, but the Echo execute damage off his W passive is enough.
Ooh.
Oh?
They kill Syndra, like, instantly. That was interesting. Warwick caught, but not really.
Yeah, they're just gonna let him go. There's not much.
He's right next to the tower, and he has his spear up. Like they're just gonna get feared, and they really don't want to get. They really don't want to get tower aggroed and then CC chained.
Mm-hmm. And there's nothing to take in the top jungle. The blue and the Gromp are down. You don't want to go deep enough with the wolves, so
they don't want to get
Butterfreelo recognize. Yeah, there's no reason to fight.
The best thing that happens is nothing, and the worst thing that happens is you die under their tower.
Mm-hmm. Fiora, I would note, has a 30 CS lead, and as a result, about an 800 gold lead on the Mord. but she's also sitting on a bunch of components and doesn't really have any of those completed items. Like, Mord doesn't either, but I think his components are a little better. Oh, well, what's not a little better is Leona's health bar, because it's empty.
Yeah, getting cut out while boarding. Echo flash, force to flash the Warwick ult.
Echo's low and has no flash, so I think that I think the Kumquats probably have the positioning to take this Rift Herald. Your bot side,
Ooh,
good Oriole. Echo's gonna go down. Ward's gonna go down. Anthem's gonna get ulted. Yep, that's a dead support. I'm gonna be honest. When I play Mordekaiser, sometimes I ult the support just 'cause I'm like, look, I know you can't kill me. I just want the freebie.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to ulting Yumi or something. Really low hanging fruit.
Yeah, you take the easy one sometimes.
Also, what happens when you ult someone with Yumi? Like
It kicks her off.
Yeah, I've had it kick her off. Also, if you ult Yumi while she's in transition, you can actually nab the Yumi out of thin air with Mordekaiser ultimate.
And if you ult someone who has Tahm Kench has eaten, it kicks them out.
Yeah.
Only one person goes to the death realm. Only one champion.
Yeah, you can't take two champions to the death realm.
Is the Red Wolf going to get it? No. Meg Average lives very close, but the good use of the barrier and the command protect keeps him alive. Dragon's about to come up, so Butterfree needs to back very soon in order to be there. It's less than 15 seconds.
Warwick's already there. Like,
yeah, this should be this may be going to Ravenous Kumquats if Echo doesn't get there fast. My rule of thumb is it takes about 45 seconds to get to Dragon from the fountain. A little less if you are somehow very fast or
have a cloud aura.
Yeah, or have home guards. But so like Echo's on his way, but he's not here yet. Fiora's teleporting in. She's gonna try to team fight. Goes for the Leona. Gets ulted, but does go down. Oh, 2 good kills for the Fiora. Correctly picks out the Leona. Is gonna die here to make average. Israel gets caught,
but it's not.
No one takes the lantern, and Anthem gets left on his own.
Yeah, Anthem essentially catches himself again.
Mord goes down. This is a messy team fight.
Real fiesta.
But Echo is alive, and he is here, and he has Smite. So this should be Dragon to Shien Samurai. Oh wow, the Oriole was already back up, but
they didn't actually get the kill.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I believe that's a 3 for 2. Both top laners and both supports go down, and Tempest goes down on the side of Kumquats. And as a result, Shien Samurai's come away with the dragon. They're down 1 turret, but the gold is essentially even. It's about 500 gold. And one thing to always keep in mind when you're looking at gold leads is divide it by 5. Because 1,000 gold leads seems big until you recognize it's 200 gold per person. That's not enough to even buy it.
But where the gold is matters. Like,
yes,
the gold is on the misfortune, which is important.
Yeah, so Istariel, feeling much more comfortable on the misfortune compared to the Ash, is about a little over 1,500 gold ahead of the Ezreal. But conversely, the Echo is a little over 1,000 gold ahead of the Warwick. I think 7 and 2. Yes, 7 and 2.
The Echo is pretty fed, but it's the 80 carry gold matters more because 80 carries are so gold reliant.
Yeah. Now I don't play Echo, but I don't think you need a revolver for Lich Bane. Correct?
No.
That would be a proto belt, I assume.
Yeah, that's a proto belt.
Wow. So we have team fight coming in. More. Why didn't you just ult Syndra?
Or just whack her with your Q. Oh,
alright, well, she is going to go down. They're surrounding the Echo. This should be kill. Good Zhonya's from the Leona, so she doesn't die, but does go down. And the Fear. Oh, and then Ezreal picks up Orianna. So
Orianna
3 for 3. Slattery lives on the Ezreal. But Fiora's just split pushing bot lane, and she's probably she gets a tower here. Good, I think, decision making from Astariel. He recognizes he's going to be caught out, decides to stand in fire, almost kills off the Cinder just with the bullet time, but does get hit by the hook and the Cinder stun, the Scatter the Weak, and is not able to complete the channel. Lots of people running in all different directions, but overall the objective goes to Shien Samurais, and they pick up a second tower. Though Ravenous Kumquats did use the Rift Herald to get a third tower, so gold is still about where it was at about a 700.
Yeah.
Oh no, Leona! She's caught out here. She's gonna stone plate. Mord's on his way. This may be enough to deter them.
No, not really.
Ignites the Echo, forces his ult. Thresh is gonna flash hook in. Echo goes down. Mord's just ooh, well, he's gone. I was gonna say he's getting damage out with his passive, but he just gets hit by the Cinder Stone and explodes. He doesn't have much health, only the Leandries. He doesn't have
any MR, so he gets blown up by the Syndra.
Yep. Walk around the corner, you don't see the Cinder, she gives you the back, and that's it.
Full combos you, yeah. I mean,
So she didn't actually ult. That was just I think QE,
Yeah.
maybe W.
her full basic combo. She didn't need
Yeah.
ult. I mean, Ward was on less than half health, and he was stunned, so he didn't press shield. Mordekaiser keeps having shield all the way up and not using it.
Yep, it even glows and has a little highlight image on it when you have fully charged shield.
Yeah, I dislike that. I don't know. It seems like wasting the ability.
Looking at itemization, Warwick has finished his Titanic Hydra and his Cinder Hulk. So at this point, he's probably just going to itemize into various tank items.
Yes.
I like the Orianna going for the Morellonomicon, Echo, Ezreal with the Conqueror, and most importantly, Fiora. Lots of healing. Oh, this might be a... okay, no. Mord's able to protect the Leona.
Nothing happens.
But she is now poked down.
And they're setting up for...
I think Leona needs to try to back here. Yeah, she needs to try to back. She's got the Moby, so she can probably be here by the time Drag spawns. They're going to lose map presence and lose vision control, but I think that Ravenous Kumquats, they just need to wait for Cold Cane to get back. Oh, flash slow onto the Ori, but the hook misses. She and Samurais are clearing out the vision. They've got a number of control wards put in the pit, so they know the dragon's been started.
Leona, misses. Catching Thrash.
So, okay. Warwick ults Fiora, but she kills him anyway, gets the healing field. Slatter's going to be chased down on the backside, looking for the ult, but dies before the ult goes off. Mordekaiser falls. Astariel flashes in to give Echo the twin barrels, and so we have a 4 for 3 trade in favor of the Ravenous Kumquats, and they should be able to take this dragon. There are four
Delta
control
Terror is
wards.
sitting around. Yeah. No one's gonna complain about lack of vision.
Yes. So one thing I'm gonna focus on in this fight.
Delta Terror
The stun
comes
misses.
in
That should be
and
that's a dead Syndra. Which is a small shutdown, I believe. One thing I would point out that I think was a mistake that kind of hurt them in the team fight is Mord ulted the Echo. And Echo is the most fed person, and sometimes ulting for Peel can be a good idea.
Yeah.
But I think as Mord, you usually want to ult someone that you can kill, because then you come out of the death realm with bonus stats and are positioned to win the fight.
Yeah.
And the fact is that
keeping the Echo out, I mean that was impactful.
that's true. I would have preferred to see him ult either the Thresh, because it should have been a relatively straightforward kill, or ult the Fiora so that she can't run through the back line.
Fiora basically just got CC locked though. Like, I mean, Fiora killed Warwick.
She did, but she killed Warwick from the middle of 3 people, which shouldn't really be happening. Like, a Fiora in the middle of the enemy team should just be going down.
Killed the Warwick, but the Warwick had, was essentially ignoring her, getting auto attack while chasing after the Thresh.
Yeah. If they communicated the decision was made, they're like, I'm gonna ult the Echo for Peel, then it was a good idea. If he was ulting to try to get the kill, then I don't like it.
No, he wasn't gonna kill Echo.
Yeah, no. Between the ult and the stun and the shield, he's not gonna kill Echo. A lot of vision set up around Baron. Most of the red side jungle for the Shien Samurais has now been warded by the Kumquats.
Fiora and Mordekaiser are sitting near that bot tower.
They are... No, that's the top lane turret that went down. Yeah, Mord's forced to kind of sit back. He's not really
The
able
engage
to...
going off, but nothing actually... They just kind of poke Leona.
Yeah, Slattery gets poked for half of his health. Mord's gonna ult the Fiora. Oh, hold on to the Echo. The Leona ult misses, but he's not burned his ult and he goes down.
Warwick makes it out alive.
With the damage reduction, very good use of the E. What's your favorite Warwick skin?
I just use my Honor 5
The Grey Warwick?
with the blue chroma.
That's a solid one. I like Project and Marauder are
Yeah.
probably my favorite.
I mean, I want to get the, Lunar Guardian.
Yep, that's a solid skin. That's a good.
Warwick skins are pretty cool. I mean, some of them are joke skins. He has like a couple of those.
Yeah.
He has
Firefang and
Earthquake.
Tundra Hunter are
He has,
underrated.
Yeah. I mean, he has some older skins, but he also has, I don't know. He has some good ones. He has he has some meme skins like Earthwick and the Big Bad Warwick.
Mm-hmm. I don't have those. I'd say
them
they are
either.
more serious skins.
Yeah, I mean, they're cool if you like funny skins, but
Yeah.
they're not cool if you don't.
Mord's itemizing into Bramble Vest now, which I'm a little bit torn about, because I say that as someone who was saying earlier, gotta buy Bramble Vest.
He needs Leandries though.
Well, he's got the Leandries, he needs his relays, but the issue is he's
Yeah.
itemizing extremely heavily into armor. And
He can get
Ezreal-
one shot by the Syndra, which is quite
yeah, and the Echo, like two of the big carries on
good. Which would be
on
fine
Team
if he
Hammer
was
Magic.
if he was actually ulting. If he was, committing to ulting the Fiora each time, that would be fine. Like he wouldn't take magic damage. He'd
going
just
for
take
Baron. Hook lands onto the Leona. Ansem's gonna go in as much to get vision as anything else.
Ooh.
And it's gonna go to the Kumquats. They do secure the Baron. Thresh is gonna go down. Butterfreelo gets a trade kill, but he's gonna die in return.
Fiora is
Teleport
on
to
the...
stop the Fiora from taking the injury.
Boom! Flashing into the... What are guys are dead here?
Probably. Alright, good, yeah, he's a good dodge of the Riposte
Ooh,
stun.
he's gonna die to minions.
Ah,
Yeah.
the minions. And not the minions, the banner minions. Yeah.
The Baron minions deal
Mhm.
lots of damage if you just sit there and eat aggro from them.
Yeah, I feel like the Bramble Vest from Mord is kind of committing to countering countering the split push. He's basically saying, I'm just gonna sit in the side lane against Fiora, which is probably a good idea because Fiora's supposed to sit in the side lane against him. QSS on the Ezreal, no QSS on the Syndra or Echo. That is going to be third dragon going to Ravenous Kumquats, so they are on soul points. Oriana's clearing out the bot lane.
Warwick going for a spirit visage.
Yes. Who
Good
still
Warwick
has Baron? Misfortune has Baron, Oriana has Baron, and Leona has Baron. Okay, so basically your carries and your support, which is fine if your tanks don't have it. They should just be with everyone and pushing in front line anyway. As Sky Williams once said, I can feed the tank, but if he's doing his job right, by the time we're pushing, he's probably dead. So they're grouping up in the bot lane. Ravenous Kumquats looking to use this Baron. They're gonna get a root on the Fiora. Ooh, Istariel takes out Echo. He's
Warwick
not able.
ulted in the misfortune ultimate. CC box.
Yeah, he's not able to get the. Ooh, double kill. He's not able to get the ult off.
Soriel eating tower aggro.
Ravenous Kumquats are they're just pushing up here. That misfortune is 100% crit with a Storm Razor. She hurts if you're not tanky, and no one on the side of Shien Samurai is outside of maybe Anthem tanky. They may be looking for the end here. They still got Baron. Syndra's gonna try to keep the minions out, but oh wow, Flattery just gets exploded. He's gonna get hooked under tower, but the tower's gonna go down. Syndra's trying to do her damage, but she's gonna get pulled back into the enemy team, and that should be the yep. That's the Nexus going down. Ravenous Kumquats take game 3.
Yeah. Definitely just a team fight advantage. Like, they just won the team fights on comp.
Yeah, they just had the superior team fight comp, and it was banned, and I respect the decision to save counterpick for Coit because he still had a very good game.
Yeah.
But I think we saw here one of the issues of Fiora, which is no matter how
fed you are, you can still just get CC'd in a misfortune ultimate and die.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, she's not. Camille is a great split pusher who can transition into being a team fighter and to making picks, and even frontlining once she's got enough items. But the Fiora just really can't transition to be that. Like, you're really hard committing to being that split pusher, and she got a number of towers, but the loss of Baron just meant that Ravenous Kumquats got one big push and ended the game off. So I like putting Coit on a strong split pushing champ, but I'd like to have him on something that's a little more team fight friendly when if he needs to.
Into the Mordekaiser, you could have picked like Set or something. That's a really or Darius. Like, that's a really bad matchup for Mordekaiser.
Yeah, Darius is going to be. Now I don't know if Coit plays those champions. According to she plays Set, Akali, and Senna.
But you can play Set into Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser is terrible into Set. He can't.
Set was banned in fairness.
Yeah, that's fair. He had the Set and the Camille banned, I guess. Like, you know, if you have a limited champion pool, I do kind of get it. But there were, like, Fiora does beat Mordekaiser, but you don't get anything for beating Mordekaiser. Like, you can't really tower dive him easily.
Yeah, could have gone with the Kled here maybe.
Yeah, I mean, Kled just gives Mordekaiser a new one. That's
at least for the first few levels. Once you get to mid game, other story, very different story.
Yeah, but usually you're basically relying on snowballing. But if you do snowball on Kled, you have Kled ult and get to snowball the whole map.
All right, so I think we'll take a quick break, set up for game 4. We will see if Ravenous Kumquats can clinch the series and become your Piltover Division champions, or if Shien Samurais can bring it back, take us to 2-2 in game 5.
Yeah. See you in a couple minutes.
Shien is.
Are any of us truly champions? Can we really claim to call ourselves champions? Is it right to appropriate that title for ourselves? Welcome back to the league where at least one of these teams will be a champion. This is the Casual Esports Amateur League Piltover Division Finals. Shien Samurais versus Ravenous Kumquats. We are in Game 4. Shien Samurais trail Ravenous Kumquats, who are up 2-1. And looking at the pro draft, Meg Average has gotten his Silas again. We again see the Misfortune as a priority pick. I think Misfortune has a 100% win rate this series.
Yeah, Misfortune is pretty awesome as a champion. Like, she's like the best ADC by like a mile.
She's also, because I feel like she also is sort of uniquely suited to this because she's very good in team fights, which coordinated 5v5s suit well, and because she's a relatively old champion, like most ADCs play her at least a decent amount.
Yeah, and she's not exactly that hard either. Like, if you played Misfortune a little bit, you kind of know how to play her.
So looking at the team comps, CCK Roscoe has gotten his Alawi, which I think is a really big pick. It was previously banned. It's one of his comfort picks, and he has struggled in lane some against Coit. So I think that having that comfort pick on Alawi against Aatrox, which is actually a pretty decent matchup for the Alawi, will go a lot for Raven to help Ravenous Kumquats out on the top side of the map. Meg Average is back on the Silas. It was banned in Game 3 when he played Orianna, but he had really good Silas plays in both of the first 2 games. The only real switch up for Kumquats is that they take the Tahm Kench for their support, which I think works. It protects the Misfortune well, particularly when Alawi, Warwick, and Silas are kind of going to be going into the enemy team comp. Having the Tahm there just to eat the Misfortune, to keep her safe from the Echo, the Aatrox, the Anti-Burst, is really handy.
And also just stand in the way. Tahm Kench's model is really big.
Yeah, he's just thick.
Yeah, and he can stand in the way and slow whoever get a fortune, then eat her if they actually succeed.
Shien Samurais, they've got a lot of damage potential, but I feel like their front line isn't as strong. Nautilus is a good tank, but he's on a support budget. Echo is an assassin, and Aatrox is a bruiser, but he tends to itemize less into durability than other bruisers do. Like, his core items are like the Cleaver, the Death Dance, Sterox Gauge, and then he might start building some resists.
Yeah.
But like, it'll be like GA, and Spirit Visage. So
Aatrox, if he's able to get all his combos off and doesn't get CC'd, he's super tanky because of healing. But as soon as he gets CC'd, he's super squishy.
Yeah. So,
and they have a lot of CC.
This is going to depend, I think, on the Samurais being able to keep the tempo up and keep the pressure on in team fights, because if a team fight stalls out or they don't explode someone, the front line, the AoE damage out of the Alawi, the Misfortune is going to turn team fight. Yes, Spectre, it is large if factual. So, on the other hand, Annie could erase people because, Flash Tippers does that.
Yeah.
And
if Annie gets fed, she can just kind of one-shot anything.
And Delta Terra is actually an Annie one-trick. It's his most played champ. He is in an Annie club. So, he hasn't played it before, and I think that some of his Syndra is all right, but I think he has struggled a little bit in this series. And so, getting him back onto comfort might be just what Shien Samurais need to balance this game equation out. So I'm ready to go into game if you are.
I am.
All right. So we'll give it a sec for the transition. And I'm at 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Start the playback in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. All right. Looking at runes and masteries. Conquer on both top laners. Press the attack versus electrocute in the jungle again. Basically all the same. The 2 main things I noticed are Slattery takes the teleport. Last game, I believe he took heal. and Ansem took the Ignite, and Delta Terror took Predator. So it's more of a roaming Annie than a laning. Blind Hook hits the Misfortune. Flash Ignite, stunned by the Echo, and First Blood to
picks up First Blood.
First Blood to Ravenous Kumquats. Did she? Okay, they're pinging the Misfortune flash, but Misfortune did not actually flash. So
No, she didn't.
yeah, good news.
Because she was CC'd the whole time.
Yeah, bad news for Shien Samurais. Annie got First Blood, and Annie now has her boots. One of the downsides of Predator is that you don't have a cooldown. You don't have a keystone until you buy boots.
But Annie has a keystone now.
Yes, Annie has a keystone now, minutes before she's supposed to be able to, and can try to use it in lane for damage, or just look for invades or roams with it. Good news for Shien Samurais is Misfortune didn't actually burn anything, and so she's still going to have her full set of songs going.
And they think she doesn't have flash, which might lead to some like dumb dive play.
Yeah, they may overcommit on a fight, thinking that they can run her down. Both junglers are going to start bot. I'm going to be watching Roscoe's play closely because I'm going to allow him. So, dropped 2 tentacles by turret, which is all right. He doesn't have one now. What did he take first? He took Q. I like the W at level 1 because it's better sustained damage. The issue with Q is that once you drop it, you don't have anything for 9 seconds.
You have to back off the minion wave and wait.
Mm-hmm. But it is the standard start, so...
Ooh, Ezreal.
They double up, I think. Yep.
Hooking the Tom Kench.
Not a great plan, and Tom's kind of lame bully because his early damages are quite good. All right, Roscoe level 2. He took the grab. I'm not a fan of grab at level 2 because you see he drops the grab. Misses the grab, misses the Q. Now he's got
Warwick
nothing.
Is walking up behind him.
They're gonna fear him out of the dash, but he bites a minion with the jaws of the beast, so they're gonna get some damage on a lot of damage onto Warwick.
Echo.
I don't know. Echo's gonna flash. Warwick's gonna flash out of range. Oh, and First Blood goes to Roscoe. Coit does not respect the flash W range, and that's gonna be a kill to the Alawi.
Yeah.
Alright, that hook didn't look like it should have hit.
Yeah, like there was a minion sitting right there.
I feel like Ansem probably didn't expect the hook to hit either because he just immediately backs out. He's like, ignore, don't mind me, guys.
Also, he hooked straight into the Tom Kench. Like, you don't really get much for hooking into a Tom Kench.
You want to hit the Misfortune. Absolutely.
Yeah, like, if you hit Kench, like, he stands in front of you and you use your abilities on each other and you're really tanky and nothing happens.
Though in the mid to late game, you often want to engage on the Kench because if you engage on someone else, Tom will just eat them. So you pick the Kench first, and then you go for Squishy. Partially because Tom, while he builds... Oh, good hook. Tom's going to be getting low. He's going to have to burn the gray health, but he should just go down here. Yep, Slattery takes out the kill. Flash auto from Nautilus, but...
They didn't think the Misfortune had flash, remember?
Yeah. Oh, good hook. Ansem's out of mana, but... Oh, Warwick's here.
Yeah, Warwick was here. We just didn't see it because the screen cut him off.
Where did he come? Did he come from behind the turret?
No, he came from the river brush.
Okay, yeah, I didn't see that.
Yeah,
so
the screen cut him off. It was the directed camera making a mistake of not showing us the Warwick.
So looking at game state, so big CS lead for Coit in the top lane, which isn't great, but Alawi is a bit more of a scaling pick. She really...
Also, this huge wave, like, it's like 10 minions.
He's going to catch up a lot here. Alawi is one of those kids where her pre-6 is not amazing, but her level 6 fight is insane. So, pre-6, the fight is going to favor...
Coit's
very low. Can't get in range for the W. Alright, gets in range for the W, and he's going to flash. Ooh, good grab. If he's not careful, he will die to a tentacle while backing, but he's going to get out of range, so... Coit should be okay. Alright, he dodges back in. But he's very low. The Echo
Yeah.
is roaming up top side. I think it's
But
spotted
Warwick's
out.
behind him. He's forced to. He just dashes away.
Yeah. And you can see
Quite
Roscoe seems very comfortable in the Lowy.
Mega average, all inning the Annie.
But he's just going to get stunned, and Annie walks away. So
Yeah.
notably, she's not level 6 yet, and Silas is level 6. He can steal your ult, even if you don't have it yet.
Yeah.
What counter?
I never really liked that mechanic.
No, I'm not a fan. I can't say I'm a fan of it either, but I also wanted Silas to be a top laner, and look how that turned out.
Yeah, I thought he would be a good jungler, but they made him a funny mid laner.
So both top laners are backing. Roscoe shoved a wave in. He was running low on mana, so he needs to back. Alawi without mana is probably the worst juggernaut in the game. Because other juggernauts build attack speed, they build Triforce.
Alawi's base attack speed is so low.
It is 0.58 something. And she doesn't itemize into attack speed, so without mana, she really doesn't do anything. Ansem is going to dodge. Good use of the Blast Cone. Slattery popping the Blast Cone to get his support out of there.
Dodging the Tibbers.
Silas drops Tibbers.
Tibbers is gonna use to like zone them off for Dragon, I think.
Yep, Ravenous Kumquats will go for Dragon here, which they will secure. That's another early Earth drag. The Alawi, the Tom, the Warwick, they're all gonna love the extra resist. Let's see, what's the next drag? It's an air drag, so we're gonna have an Ocean or an Inferno Soul. Oh wow, he still has Tibbers. Tibbers last for a long time.
Yeah, Tibbers has like 45 seconds. Nautilus hooks a minion and eats a bunch of pokes. Ezreal misses with his ultimate. Ooh, Annie! Boom!
Predator in. Oh, flash stun. Tom's gonna eat her, but they're both very low on health.
Tom's dead.
Tom's gonna get pulled back.
Misfortune escaped.
Ezreal, Ezreal's not.
Ansem has like no health, so he has to be careful. But Warwick's on the other side of the map, so he's probably fine.
I feel like Roscoe is throwing the Test of Spirit a little too early, and he keeps
throwing
getting
it
hit
into the minion.
Yeah, like Test of Spirit works best when you throw it as an enemy is coming into you. You want, like, when the Atrox is dashing into you, when he's locked in an animation with a predictable trajectory, that's when you want to throw it, because then he can't dodge it. Look for getting top lane, but yeah,
they were
quick
just
turn on that.
Alawi doesn't have any lockdown. Like, it's really hard to gank for an Alawi. Also, as I figured out playing with my top laner who likes to play Alawi, Nunu has this thing where his snowball will nail the Alawi Test of Spirit, and I got my ganks blocked so many times like that. It was like tilting.
I've seen Ash ults hit the Spirit. I've seen a Fizzle latch on the Spirit. For basically all purposes, it counts as a champion. And so this is an ult. Yeah, there we go. Fast Tentacle Slam. Bam!
Oh.
There's the kill.
Yeah.
Well played by Roscoe. Gets the E, sees the ult opportunity. Alawi is displacement immune during her ult animation, so she can't be knocked up by Atrox's Darkened Blade or pulled by his Infernal Chains. And that's one of the best times to ult. Atrox is in the middle of a queue. He can't dodge. You smack the R and give him the tentacles.
Ezreal's ult is invisible in the replay.
Yeah, that's curious. You're going to get 2 plates here on the side of Ravenous Kumquats, but Alawi's pretty low.
Tom Kent drops Ezreal's back.
Yeah, so they're not going to chase any farther. Alawi's going to back here. She probably has Cleaver. She doesn't quite have Cleaver.
Nautilus gets whacked with the tongue. Grabs the Tom Kent.
Ult's a misfortune, but Tom's just going to eat her.
Anthem's caught out. He's gonna get.
Yeah, that seems a little too ham.
He's gonna get stunned.
Yeah, the Alcove play. I feel like that, I feel like there was just a miscalculation on the side of Anthem there. He grabs the Tom Kenshin, roots him, but then ults the Misfortune, so Tom ults her. So Tom eats her. He then can't root Tom because he's already rooted Tom. And he roots the Misfortune, but that doesn't stop her ult from going off.
He splits his damage, and the Ezreal is playing a little far back. Like, he wasn't getting as many auto attacks as he could have.
Yeah, but I think the most important thing is look at the itemization. Ezreal now has mana immune, but at the time he only had tier. Like,
yeah, he didn't really do anything. Just
yeah,
tier.
one of the issues with Ezreal with building tier is that tier is a power trough. You often hear people talk about power spikes. This is the opposite. It's an item he has to build, but which it gives him no real power. It gives him mana to keep fighting and casting spells in lane, but it doesn't give him any damage. It doesn't give cooldown reduction. So,
Man, it's good for poking people, but that's about it.
Yeah, and so Misfortune had her BF sword and her
Stop trying to last hit with the Alawi.
Yeah, it doesn't work on minions. So the fact is that Ezreal is not going to do much damage there, and Misfortune is going to do way more damage than him. So, yeah, I feel like that was just not the really good opportune time.
Ezreal's abilities are invisible, like his Q.
Misfortune's E didn't show me a circle either.
I saw the rain, but not the circle.
All right, good W. That's a dead Alawi.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needed to either ult a little sooner or just not ult at all.
Yeah.
He didn't have
these animations are all bugged. Like,
yeah.
Like, I saw Warwick was applying a suppression, but not using his ult animation.
Production, can we fire whoever's responsible for the graphics around here? Alright, I've been told that a graphics person has been sacked now, and the person responsible for sacking them will also be sacked soon, so. There's a posture around the dragon here, let's see. We have mid and bot here for Ravenous Kumquats, mid and jungle here.
Ooh. Tom Kench eats the scuttle crab.
What's interesting is that doesn't take off the Scuttle's protections. So Ezreal just Echo just smites it.
Smites it.
TP in from the Ezreal.
Alawi and Aatrox are going to be top. They're for posturing around the dragon.
Aatrox did get the kill there, but Alawi has completed her cleaver and is building a little armor. Aatrox has his ninja tabby, but he's got the
Tom Kent
sort of fire
coming
sail.
in. Ooh, Silas.
Good damage, but not quite enough to finish on that. Oh no, the ignite gets him.
Yeah. Last tick.
Good use of the Tom Kenshul to get mega average in range, and that should give Ravenous Kumquats the ability to control dragon and set up around it. Annie does not have Tibbers available.
I don't think they want to fight this.
Yeah, there's not a lot of ult on anyone's side. So, second drag is going to go down to Ravenous Kumquats. We're starting to see our first completed items come in. Alawi has her cleaver, so I'd actually say she's ahead of the Trox, despite his CS lead, because cleaver is a huge spike for her.
The Aatrox has the expensive first item problem.
Yeah, and also the problem of he wants to buy a bunch of components for the CDR, but it fills up his inventory.
Aatrox's build is clumsy and not great.
Yeah, Annie went first item Sork Shoes. She doesn't have a lost chapter. Now, she is very mana efficient as a champion, but the Proto Belt means that there's going to be more damage. Gank in the bot lane. They're going to catch the Misfortune, but she's going to flash out of the stun. Echo's forced to ult away, and good job by Ravenous Kumquats to deter that gank.
The gank doesn't work. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I will say that was very well played by Shien Samurais. They forced the Tom to eat the Misfortune. Grab. He wasn't going to go in on it. That's the moment where you're like trying to figure like, is this Trox going to go in on it? He's not.
And the Alawi now has no mana, so she can't really follow up.
Yeah, she's going to need to back very soon. But more importantly, the bot's power should be going to the Samurais. They rotate Annie down and just force it with how low Cold Cane and Extarial were. They could not really contest if they had to back. There's a lot of tentacles around there for Coit to clean up. I like the Bramble best.
It might be going down.
Yeah, oh yeah, they're gonna get this. I like the Bramble Vest on Roscoe. It's just such an effective item.
Tom Kent.
Get in, loser. We're going shopping. Shopping for Rift Heralds.
Yeah. They're gonna eat the Rift Herald pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Ezreal and Nautilus are coming, but if they engage onto this, they'll probably just die.
Silas notably is holding a Nautilus ult, which
Yeah,
is
you
a
don't
tremendous
wanna-
teamfight ult, and will do a lot of damage when Silas uses it. It will do.
Yeah, what is it? It has it at one of those obnoxious AP ratios, I think.
It'll do 234 damage when he uses it. When Ansem uses it, it'll do 158.
Yeah. Again,
Yeah.
obnoxious AP ratio.
Be very careful of picking tanks with big teamfight ultimates into Silas, because most of those ultimates actually have very high AP ratios. So Silas will use it better than you. Silas, for a long time, had the highest win rate, was Malphite's worst matchup, regardless of relative position. Like, as long as there was a Silas on the map, Malphite's win rate was awful, because he used the ult better than Malphite did.
Yeah. He could basically one-shot your whole team with Malphite ult. Also, Malphite ult got its AP ratio lowered, because the AP one-shot Malphite jungle was like dominating low elo.
That's a good ult, but Coit recognized that he has to disengage.
Ooh, Coit is dead though.
Oh, he's donezo.
They like 5-man Jove bot tower.
Yeah, the Kumquats, after getting that second dragon, they are not letting
Is this
up.
gonna be like a 17-minute base race?
I doubt it. I mean, at most, the Samurais are going to get the mid turret. Like they got the first tower. They're not. They got the
Because they're gonna
the dragon.
They're gonna get another Rift Herald charge unless the Echo suicides in.
He might be able to smite a mid charge. He does suicide in. He's going to ult out, so he doesn't suicide in, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, he gets out because he's Echo.
Alawi's tanking turret.
Gets ulted.
She doesn't have her own ult. She is going to get grabbed here. Exploded. Oh no! Does the Ignite burn down?
Yeah.
Yes, burns down to Ansem's Ignite. Stun onto the Warwick from Butterfree low. Tom's going to get grabbed. Chase is here for Shien Samurais. Trox does not have ult though, so he doesn't have that speed boost available. They're going to pick off Tom here, I think. But Echo's going to go down. A lot of low health people, but Warwick also is too low health. Yeah, that should be a kill for Coit. Heal out of Astariel.
Oh.
There's the ult. The World Ender comes back up. So they do get 2 charges, but they don't notably get the charge on the inhibitor tower. And in the rundown that follows, Shien Samurais do a lot to equalize the kills. So they're only now down 500 gold, despite being down 2 turrets. And the mid turret is quite low, and they're pretty well positioned to take that. Dragon's coming up.
They're probably gonna go for Dragon.
Yes, it is up. They don't have Butterfree low, but it will take Warwick too long to get here. So that's a dragon to Shien Samurais.
Taking one back, and then they're all just gonna recall.
So Kumquats are sending Alawi bot, which I think is a smart play. She has Bramble Vest, Ninja Tabby, Black Cleaver. She's quite capable of 1v1ing the Aatrox at this point. And she has her TP available. So she can put pressure on the opposite side of the map and be available to TP into Baron, which is going to be the next objective that people are playing around. Whenever you're a split pusher with teleport, you want to be opposite wherever the big objective is, because you can then threaten that objective.
Alawi misses Tentacle.
But I don't think Coit wants to fight. I think he's had enough tentacle fighting.
Nautilus gets eaten.
Yep, pull out his...
Feared and CC lock. Yeah, poor Nautilus.
Yeah,
He got just out of his Q escape.
One of my issues always with Nautilus support is that Nautilus, by tank standards, is not really naturally tanky. His durability...
He's not tanky. Yeah, Nautilus is not tanky because he was built to be a top laner.
Or a jungler, and have more budget. Like, his only durability is...
just a CC turret.
Yeah.
He doesn't really do anything else. He just sits there and applies CC.
Yeah, and his durability comes out of the shield, which notably the shield has a very low base, also isn't max first in support. It has a very low base. At level 2 right now, it's only 70 damage, but it has a very high max health ratio. So what Nautilus wants is a lot of raw health, because that makes the shield huge. But support Nautilus doesn't have much health. He's got 100 health out of Targons, no health out of the Zeeks. He's starting on something else now, but his shield's just not that big. Whereas a solo lane or a jungle Nautilus is going to have like a Warmoth or a Cinderhulk, and thus have a much bigger.
Aatrox, Annie, one turning the misfortune, big team fight. Lots of
Annie's going to go down. Coit's a vessel, so he's oh, Roscoe's going to go down to the turret. Oh, but he does take out Coit with the tentacle smack. Echo's going to fall here. Sorry, Warwick's going to fall here to the Echo.
Tom Kench dies, and
so that is a 4-for-1 in the face of in the favor of Shien Samurai.
or 4 for
4-for-1. 2. You're right. They lose. They lose Coit. They lose the Aatrox. But essentially, there's a lot of damage and AOE that comes out of Istariel and Roscoe, but the Anniverse obliterates Misfortune, so she's not in the fight. And then in the dive that follows, oh wow, that's a lot of damage onto the Echo.
Ooh, Nautilus hit with his own ultimate. But
Coit's teleporting in.
Can he?
He's gonna have to run. And they should be. They disengage here safely, I think.
Are they out though, or is they gonna get like
the invisible Ezreal damage strikes again?
Yeah. Yes.
All right.
Bugs. I don't know like what the Ezreal's doing. Like he just doesn't have animation.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's showing on the stream or not. But Ravenous Kumquats super janked. All right. Ravenous Kumquats used the Tommel to bring the Alawi back in, saving her TP, and they're now going for Baron. Alawi and Warwick can tank Baron pretty easily. Annie's Predatoring in. They're in a cluster here. They could take a lot of damage. Ansem should go down to the tentacles here. No, he's going to escape. Roscoe gets a good ult off to dissuade the engage. Annie does go down there. Gets a lot of damage off, but does fall, and so that tool is now gone. Roscoe's going to take out the Alawi, but he's now burned his ult, so if he goes in to steal, that's
and
a
he gets Vesselized.
Yeah.
But they were able to stop the Baron.
Yep, Ravenous Kumquats do pull off the Baron, so even if you lose a few people, that's a successful defense. I'm actually starting to wonder about this Alawi build, because he's got Bramblefest, and he's now got Kindle Gem and Glacial Shroud. Kindle Gem...
building with that.
Yeah, I mean, you're stacking CDR, which is good, because Alawi is very CDR dependent.
And you have your 40%.
The Kindle Gem I get, because that goes into Spirit Visage, which is very much a core item for her. Bramble Vest for Thornmail obviously makes sense into the Aatrox. I would guess the Glacial Shroud might be for like Righteous Glory or Frozen Heart, which aren't bad.
Iceborne Gauntlet? No, but that's...
Yeah, sorry, Iceborne Gauntlet. But it would be over capping. They're good items, but they're pretty situational on her, and so I wouldn't early commit to a Glacial Shroud. Tempest is down. Cole Kane is down without getting a shield off. Big Alawi dunk! But she herself will fall. Trox gets a kill, but himself falls. So, with only Astaria left alive, this dragon should be going to Shien Samurai.
But they don't have smite, so they have to be careful.
Misfortune doesn't have ult though, so to try to steal the dragon, she'd have to basically flash in and double up and hope. So yeah, they're just gonna let it go. So that's 2 dragons to 2, 2 ocean drags on the side of Shien Samurais. Taking a look at the builds, Ezreal's finished his Iceborne Gauntlet, working on what is probably Blade of the Ruined King. Ansem is working on Knight's Vow. This is all pretty standard. Annie doesn't have a Luden's item, a Lost Chapter item. She doesn't really need one because she is quite mana efficient with her Q farming, and I'm wondering... she did take Presence of Mind, so she's got 500 extra mana out of that. But she's only got 10% CDR. So I wouldn't mind seeing her go for some more CDR, because more Tibbers, more stuns is going to be really useful.
Yeah. And
I'm not
Annie's one of those champions that has big build diversity, but
Yes.
she's not using she's not using the what is it? Rylai's Leandri's build.
Yes.
She went for Morello and
which makes sense against an Alawi, a Silas, a Warwick.
yeah. No, totally the Morello
Alright.
makes sense.
Pick here onto the Warwick. Anthem's gonna fall. Alawi's very low, but does survive. Meg Average does fall in return.
Aatrox is split pushing.
Yep.
Actually uncontested.
Yep. While the Kumquats were positioning around Baron, Aatrox picks himself up a turret. I'm a little unsure about the Banshee, the Void Staff on the Echo, because there's not really any MR on Ravenous Kumquats. Alawi has a Spectre's Cowl for Spirit Visage, which makes sense. There's a lot of magic damage coming out. She wants that big core item. But, like, Warwick's building armor, Silas has armor, Misfortune doesn't have any. Like, yeah, Tom has some, but Tom isn't really your target as the Echo.
Yeah, if you're attacking Tom, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, and given that you already have Stork Shoes, I feel like you'd be better off with a Morello for anti-heal and for the Flat Pen to just kill Squish. I mean, I guess he's gambling, like, hedging against when the Ravenous Kumquats do start to itemize MR, but Silas just picked up a Nautilus ult, so in the next, I think, 90 seconds, they're going to have that very powerful teamfight engage. That's also a nuke for Silas, because it does 450 damage, 460.
Yeah, because tanks
Why
have
not?
AP ratios. Yeah, this is part of the reason why Silas is hard to... Minions, that was weird. The minion image is bugged. Yeah. I don't know. This replay is, like, really bugged.
Yeah. So
Ooh,
the Silas is going to get picked here. He's going to get ulted. He's going to get maybe exploded. He's ignited. He does burn down. Tom's forced to flash out, but he's going to go down to Slattery before he can even get the gray health up. So that's 2 kills for the Samurais, and they now have control around Baron. They can clear out wards, establish vision themselves, and with their top laner still posing a split push threat in the bot lane, Ravenous Kumquats have to check 2v4, basically blind face check, or else risk losing Baron. And they are, looks like, going to be starting it. Aatrox is rotating up, Alawi's rotating up, but notably she does not have ult, and there's no Tahm Kench to ult her in, so she's going to be a little slow getting there. Annie's just kind of trying to zone. They're still keeping on the Baron, but they're not really trying to burn it down. It feels a little half-hearted. I'd like them to make calls to which they're going for.
Yeah, now the blue team is all here.
Yeah.
Waited around, not killing the Baron.
Warwick has picked it up. It has not been leashed. Echo's going to try to steal, but he's forced to ult out.
Blue team takes the Baron.
Ravenous Kumquats do claim the Baron. Aatrox gets a reset. Alright, his ult's timed out, but he might get another reset here. Oh, he's gonna go down to the bullet time. Or to the... Yeah, he goes down. I think. No, I think Alawi killed him.
Yeah, no, well, his shadow got gunned down by the...
Okay. Alright. Alawi is now... Alright, Alawi has now finished her Spirit Visage. Is working on either Frozen Heart or Thornmail. Ooh, Delta Terra, you should not have been checking that bush.
Yeah, that was a.
The burst damage and heal comes out of Silas, and that's that. Ravenous Kumquats pick up a third drag for themselves. Yeah, I think this is for Thornmail for Alawi. I'm still not sure about the Glacial Shroud. I would like to see a Sterox here. Sterox is hugely important to Alawi because much of Alawi's play pattern involves absorbing a lot of damage from the enemy and surviving long enough to get your combo off so that you can then heal all that damage back. And so Sterox is really good
walking
at
in that Knight's Vow.
Yep. Sterox is really good at that because the raw health and most importantly the huge shield and tenacity helps you not die for just long enough to get your abilities off. And so I almost always go at second. The only times I don't are if I'm behind and I just need pure tank, or if yeah, basically that's it. If I'm even or ahead, I'm going Sterox second. And I'd like to see that on the Alawi. It would just be a lot more damage and probably as much CC, as much durability as he would get.
And he gets caught. And
that is a long range chain. We have 2 TPs coming in. Atrox is going to be locked in the Misfortunal. He's forced to flash out. Tempest goes down to the Echo. The 1-for-1 so far. Alawi's going to get comboed here. Does get a huge dunk off. Great timing by Cole Kane to save Meg Average there.
Yeah. This Tom Kench is actually, like, doing work.
Oh, this Tom Kench has been tremendously valuable to protect.
As much as I complain about Tom Kench being mostly useless, he wasn't mostly useless.
Cole Kane is putting on a show of why you pick him and what you pick him for.
Yeah.
They're looking to pressure the Nexus turrets, but
it's not.
Several of them are low. I don't know about that Meg Average. Oh wow, he actually heals a lot there with the bonus healing.
Yeah, Aatrox bonus healing. Cole Canton is gonna get caught though.
Yeah, he's gonna get run down. He's gonna be the sacrifice. Koi picks up the kill, but they do lose their mid turret and mid. So,
yeah.
Ravenous Kumquats get a chance to reset. They're only about 2,000 gold up, notably due to top. There's a huge CS lead in the ADC role. Misfortune is 70 CS up, but both Shien Samurai's top and jungle are about 50 CS up on their opponents. So I suspect that that's where a lot of the even gold's coming from all this CS they're getting. Alright, Warwick's working on what I assume is a dead man's. Alright, Alawi's gotten Frozen Heart, which I do not agree with.
It's good, but she overkept her CDR.
Yeah, you're at 50% CDR. Okay, actually no, she did take Transcendence.
Oh, then that's fine then.
So she's getting 46 AD out of that. I go Resolve secondary, so I'm okay with it there, but I still don't think Frozen Heart was the play here. If you wanted armor and to overcap CDR, get Iceborne. Because one of Alawi's great weaknesses is sticking to targets. She has almost no CC.
Iceborne gives you CC.
Yeah, Iceborne makes you really sticky and good at jumping to targets, and it makes your W hurt more.
And your W is, the ability, like, you hit someone with it, and then they're slowed, and then they get whacked with the tentacles.
Yeah.
That's why you can build, like, Glacial Augment on her sometimes. To where that used to be a build.
And notably, there's not a lot of auto attackers on the side of Shien Samurais. Aatrox, ability-based.
Abilities.
Echo, AP, Annie AP. Ezreal is, but he's more of a caster. And even then, he's not. Slattery isn't running the lethal tempo.
He's an 80 caster, like the Misfortune.
Yeah, like I don't think he's gonna get that much out of the attack speed slow because he's not really worried about like being just auto attacked to death here. Yeah, I would have gone for the Iceborne here, but he does pick up a longsword, which I assume is for Sterox Gauge. I didn't just finish the Thornmail anyway. Like Thornmail gives you the attack speed slow from people who are autoing you. So like if you're worried about Ezreal autoing you to death, it will still affect him. Frozen Heart
Yeah.
is good when there's like multiple auto attack dependent champs where you want to slow all of them.
Yes.
They might not all be attacking you.
Also,
Or-
it's a good item. You can build it on supports if the enemy goes all AD. Like,
Yeah.
you can actually build it on Janna if the enemy goes all AD because it helps out your team a lot and it
Mhm.
makes you tanky
It's
while
also
giving you a bunch of CDR.
that
but
is
it's
going to be
not a-
Ocean Soul for the Ravenous Kumquats.
Who else likes to build Frozen Heart? Shien because he gets free HP.
Yeah. Do you know why can be a good item on Karthus? Because
Whoa,
Leandry's Torment
yeah, the
deals bonus
Leandry's
damage to targets that are slowed, and
Leandry's
the Frozen Heart slow from
the Emumu Frozen Heart Abyssal Mask Leandry's build.
mhm.
From
It does count as a movement impairing ability for purposes of Leandry.
Nautilus gets his ult yanked. Nautilus gets
a good ult off. Alawi gets a big dunk. Red team steals Baron Nashor though. Echo is going to die for it. He's not able to ult out in time due to the Warwick ult, but they
Warwick chasing down.
They do secure the objective for themselves, and that's going to do a lot to help the Samurai stall things out though. They're trying to get back in time to defend. Super Minion's coming in, but Warwick took a lot of damage there. Alawi does not have ult. They should get at least one turret here, but I think
They're stuck backing out.
I
They don't
think
have any
Shien
minions.
Samurai, yes. The Samurais will be able to defend here. Is Fortune forced to flash?
Was she though? Like that Nautilus ult didn't. That Nautilus hook didn't look like it was misfortune bound.
Yeah, I suspect that was a moment where like you're on the verge of winning the game, your Baron just got stolen, your nerves are running high, you're like, ah! And you just mash the flash key. Notably, while they do get the Nexus turret, the inhib has just respawned. So there's no more pressure on the base of Shien Samurais that they have to answer. And they now have Baron, so they can now try to push back themselves. Ravenous Kumquats are going for a bot lane push, and I don't know if this is the right idea. Their cooldowns have come up, and Ocean Drake is keeping them very healthy.
They might just be going to try to team fight because they have the Ocean Soul. Big
Good
team
Nautilus
fight.
engage. The Alawi ult is good. Meg Average takes out the Echo. And Ezreal? Oh wait, is Ezreal gonna live? You got one? No! Oh, tragic. So it is a 4 dead on the side of... excuse me. 4 dead on the side of Ravenous Kumquats. 2 dead on the side of Shien Samurais. Trox is gonna go into his GA here, but he's gonna be alright. Let's see.
Not much achieved there. Like there were no
Yes.
objectives on the map. They just kind of fought each other. Like nothing actually happened from it.
I believe the bot lane tier 2 went down for Shien Samurai. So they lose a tower, but at this point, towers don't matter as much if they're not in your base, because most people are getting to full build. Or getting close to it. Alawi has full itemization. She's just trying to finish off the 2 items she has components for. Silas has 5 items. Like most people are at 5 items starting on their 6 outside of sports. And so there's a point where gold leads don't matter anymore because everyone's full build anyway.
Yeah. I mean the Warwick still doesn't have enough gold, you know.
Yeah, he could use a Spirit Massage. He needs some MR here.
And you know, the supports obviously don't have that much gold.
Yeah.
Well, so and he's not full build yet.
She's working on could be a Leandry's, could be Relays, I'm not sure yet. Could even be a Ludens. It'd be a very late Ludens, but
It could be it could be a lot of stuff. Those are kind of just
Yeah.
basic mage components. It could be anything really.
so Silas stole the Ezreal, which he does immediately fire off. Does he steal that? He steals the Scuttle Crab with the stolen Ezreal.
Big whoop-de-doo.
I mean, to be honest, it's not terrible because
No. Also, Silas's ult cooldown is like ridiculous.
it's very low. It's 23 seconds right now.
Yeah,
Um,
like it'll be up before Dragon is, and wow, that Misfortune does a lot of damage.
hmm
Like, it's like a Nautilus, and he just like chonk.
That's a full crit Misfortune. She's got Executioner's Calling, which will be a mortal reminder. Give her a little pen to get through the Nautilus, get through the Aatrox, who does have GA.
No GA on the Misfortune, just full damage.
Yeah, but I think she really needs the Last Whisper here, so she's kind of stuck without it. And she does have a Tom, so she can
You
kind
don't
of
need
count
it.
on him.
Tom kind of isn't GA.
Yeah, he's
Wait,
a
and
get out of jail
they're
free
just
card.
gonna rush for. They're gonna go to try to end the game. So then they're gonna have to fight.
Yeah, the Samurais get pulled around Dragon. Ravenous Kumquats just run down mid. They get the inhib. They're trying to get back in time, but with only one Nexus turret up, they're gonna have to
They're just
hard
gonna.
engage real
Yeah,
fast.
they're gonna force the team fight.
Big
team
Alawi
fight,
ult.
lots of damage.
Aatrox is gonna fall. Alright, so Alawi's getting a ton of damage here. She's got a ton of tentacles up, and she is forced to flash out at low health. So the bot lane on the side of Ravenous Kumquats does go down in return for only the Aatrox. But Shien Samurais do lose both their inhib and their last Nexus turret. So with the Ocean Drake that Ravenous Kumquats have to keep them healthy,
Ooh,
alright, Alawi's gonna get the grab, but she has ult again. That's not good.
Nautilus
Anthem's
gets
gonna go
killed.
down.
Delta.
Yeah, that's a double kill
That
for
could
the
be
Warwick.
game.
That should be game, I think, at this point.
Unless they're not going to do it and just go kill the Elder Drake and.
Yeah, they're gonna go for the Elder Drake.
Yeah, because the Aatrox is about to respawn.
Yeah, and a lot of their cooldowns. Silas has his ult, but Alawi's ult is down. Warwick's ult is up, but they may not be confident in their ability to fight the Aatrox, who is quite strong at this point, and has his GA coming up probably in about 40 seconds. So they're going to get the Elder Drag, secure that true damage burn for them. And I used to think when it first came out that if the enemy team got Elder Drag, it should just auto FF you because you might as well, you're just done at that point.
Yeah. Unless, you're done at that point unless, your team was just playing badly rather than actually, like, unless you hard out scale and you're just, playing badly.
Yeah. Wait, Alawi sold her Bramble Vest for Executioner's Calling.
That
not
was
a
kind
fan.
of funny.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Alright, Warwick's gonna ult onto the Annie.
Boom.
Ansem goes down. I believe Annie is also dead. No, Annie lives. The true damage executes are coming through. This should be a wipe. They need like one more auto. And that is gonna be game.
Yeah.
Ravenous Kumquats 3-1 will take the series over Shien Samurai. They are your Piltover Division champion, ladies and
Yes.
I think really good play from both teams. I think that part of the story was Misfortune. I'm pretty sure at 100% win rate again.
Yes. Misfortune is overpowered by it. I mean, she's overpowered in pro play and solo queue of all ranks. Misfortune is like universally awesome, yet remains unnerfed.
They did nerf her a little bit, but I think for me, one of the stories of this game is they assembled sort of a full comfort team. Istariel on the Misfortune. Roscoe finally gets a winning matchup into the Aatrox with the Alawi, which had been banned some of the previous games. He's on a pick that no longer requires him to stomp the lane. So now, whereas before, Coit was kind of smurfing all over the match and styling on people and being dope, Roscoe's matching him, getting kills, doing as much or more in team fights.
So the Alawi was way more useful than the Aatrox, and despite the Aatrox had some power, Aatrox doesn't do as much damage late game.
Yeah, and Alawi has 14 assists. Even though they have similar kills, Alawi has 14 assists because she just puts out so much ambient damage in team fights. And against an Aatrox, a Nautilus, an Echo, all of whom have to be in melee range, and even an Annie who's relatively short range, you're going to take damage from the allow heal.
And you know, the soul, like, you know, even if you
Yeah.
get caught and you get out, there are a bunch of
It still
tentacles
executes. Yeah.
whacking everyone. You know, it's a lot of damage and a lot of, you know, I mean, Ezreal got slain, a couple of champions got killed after they had escaped because they were Alawi.
I think that that was a good. They could have defended against Elder if they'd had the inhib, but especially if they had the base turret, because Elder doesn't help you push; it just helps you in fights.
But
Without
but
the
the-
base turret, having Elder is essentially a win condition.
Yep. And Meg average is back on the Silas, goes 11, 4, and 12. Like, too many of Shien Samurais ended up on comfort picks this game, I think. And see, Butterfreelo's Echo was good, and he did steal Baron once, but I think I would have preferred him more on some of the tanky junglers. I think that given that Koi
is not a late game front. Like, it just
Yeah.
really isn't.
And given that Coit is mostly playing kind of divers and carries, I think having that second front line would have been a good thing to have. But very well played by both teams. Great series. 4 very tight games.
Indeed.
No, so-
17-minute victories.
Yes, very much games where until the end we didn't know necessarily who was going to win. So this is the last of the final series to be cast. So season 2. One of the Twitch chat has pointed out that Misfortune did lose game 1 against the Lucian, which is correct. So it's not a 100% win rate, but Misfortune was clearly a power pick in this series. So with that, season 2 of the Casual Esports Amateur League is complete. The next season will be starting very soon. Signups close, I believe, April 11th. Then there's a 1-week period for you to get your team, get some chance to practice together before your first week of competition. And so if you're interested, or if you are a player who's played before and is interested in returning, don't forget to sign up. And we will hopefully see you on the Rift next season.
Yes. Okay, so that will conclude the stream.
Yep.
I hope everyone enjoyed watching and listening. And congratulations to Ravenous Kumquats.
Yep. Good night, everybody.